All right, guys, we are back. I'm actually going to rename this. We're going to call this tutorials part 2. This way people can find the first recording. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to share the stream so that people can find it. So first of all, we're just going to respond to someone who asked me in chat about extra deck cards. And my thought process is that you always want to add the generic cards first. So in our deck list, that means a handful of things. That means we're going to add... So if you're looking to build this deck, first of all, watch this combo guide. All right? Watch this gameplay guide. Watch this video. If you have the secret packs unlocked, you need to be searching for cards out of Moonlit Avian Dance and Echo Chamber Nation. Any other time you're buying a pack that is not from those specific secret packs, you want to be buying from Stalwart. I think Stalwart has the best value in order to give you crafting materials. So that's why when you get what you feel you need based on this list that I have provided here on the side of the stream, start building from there. Now, the extra ultra rares you get from those packs, you want to take and convert them into the essential staples in the deck. And what I mean by essential staples are cards that are not only going to be played in this deck, but every other deck that you realistically should ever make when you play this game. So, again, that's Ash Blossom, that's Pot of Desires, that's Max C. Max C is the priority for most players. You always want to have Max C. If Max C is available to play, you play Max C. And Forbidden Droplet. Those are the cards you're going to want to prioritize in the main deck. Then you're going to want to start building the actual deck itself from those 2 packs I mentioned. And then you're going to want to look at the extra deck. The extra deck, you're going to want to start by building the generic stuff first because it's applicable. You need the Zeus. The Zeus, first and foremost, is the card you want to build or craft. Then you're going to want to craft the Appaloosa. And from there, you can start doing what else you'd like. I recommend, if you don't already have the Shurags and the Tri-Brigade monsters, then start going for the Lyrilusc monsters. You need 2 Recite Starlings at the minimum. You need 1 Nightingale, 1 Ensemble Blue. You can play 2 Ensemble Blue or 2 Nightingale if you so choose, but I don't think it's smart to do so when you only have 1 Zeus. And then the Draco Future is an absolute must card. So start always manufacturing the main deck first. No problem, Seshu. Again, these will be posted later, so you can refer to them. But we will, if you have any questions, you know where to find me on Discord. You can message me for advice. So those are my deck building tips. Start by, why can you not give me a sub? Because this is actually my first day ever streaming. So you can't give me a sub yet because I'm not an affiliate of Twitch. I'm just doing this to help you guys because that's what I feel is right. If it gets to a point where you can sub to me, I'd greatly appreciate that. And with that, we're going to get into this. So again, deck list out here on the side. What we're going to prioritize doing is going first. Absolutely, dude. I mean, you'll see. They'll probably make an announcement if I make it to the ability to be a content creator on the Discord. If not, just shoot me a follow, and then you'll see eventually one day if you're watching. So I highly recommend you just follow me for right now if you want good content. We are going second, even though I picked go first. That's interesting. I hope you guys saw that. Yeah, this deck is cracking for sure. So we're going to go second here. We're going to play this a little differently. We have the droplets. We are in cruise control here. Droplets is going to negate monsters on the field, depending if we send particular cards from our deck, from our hand or fields to the graveyard. It's going to let us gain advantage. It's going to negate the monster for the rest of the turn. It's also going to have its attack. And depending on what we send, they cannot respond with that particular card type. Yes, Seshu has the full deck list and the packs needed for it. I highly recommend you look at his guide. So our opponent's going to normal summon Alistair the Invoker here. They're going to search Invocation. Likely going to be playing a Dogmatica Invoke deck that also uses a small shit all package. So what I expect him to do here is to summon Almirage, then go Secure Gardna, then on Secure Gardna summon, activate Invocation, banishing the Secure Gardna and the Alistair to summon Makaba. Invocation effect to add back the Alistair to hand, shuffling the Invocation back into the deck, and then I fully anticipate him to have the Dogmatica cards. So why do we have no Almirage in the deck? Reason why is because I don't want to prioritize normal summoning the Tri-Brigade monsters. The normal summon in the build that I play prioritizes holding the normal summon until we are through the Draco combo. If we have the Draco combo, then we're golden. If not, the birds will also summon the Nerval, which is the only other monster in the deck that you can use the Almirage on. So it's not a critical piece to this deck. There's a lot of decks in the TCG that have done really well lately in remote duels that are not playing the Almirage, which is where I'm taking my inspiration from. Like I said, he has the Dogmatica on field, so we're fine. We know what to expect from here. He's going to add either the Punishment or the Fleur-de-Lis or the Maximus. He's going to summon the Maximus here. This is actually good. What we're going to do here is he's going to summon the Maximus. He's going to send the App Cologne and the Titaniclad. We're going to have to send 2 monsters from the extra deck. And lo and behold, what we're going to send is we're going to send the Shirag, which is going to give us a search for any Tri-Brigade or... So we're going to banish... We're going to send the second Shirag, and we're also going to send the Doom Eagle. The Doom Eagle is not useful to us at the moment. Yeah, so Shirag on summon will banish a card, or on the summon of a Winged Beast or Beast Warrior. So if this card is special summon, or if another Winged Beast, Beast Warrior, or Beast Monster is special summon, you can also banish 1 card, hard once per turn. We didn't get the Shirag there because we don't have anything banished. But that is fine. We don't need the Shirag in this moment. But we do have fodder now for the Nerval summon. I'm not afraid of the board he's going to put up. He's going to search in the end phase the Titaniclad. Off the Titaniclad, he's going to search the Fleur-de-Lis. But I think we're fine. Yep, there's the Titaniclad searching the Fleur-de-Lis. So we know he's going to have at least 2 negates. When you use Droplet, though, you're going to see about the Droplet play. So, draw for turn. Cobalt Sparrow. Nice. Alright, so what we're going to start out with here. I'm going to start with the Fire Formation Tanky. We're going to try to bait him into using the Shaddoll Schism right now. Or as quickly as we can. The key here is to not burn the normal summon. He's going to Ash this. You get the horse one, right? I mean, we will be dealing with the Macabre. But not right this second. Alright, this does change things up a bit. Not expecting the Ash. This man has everything. Alright, team, what do we do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to normal summon the Nerval. And we're going to proceed to combo this way. So we're going to normal summon the Nerval. He's going to have to... He's not responding. That's dumb of him. So we're going to Nerval here. Nerval effect banish 2. He doesn't know we have the droplets at this moment. Probably thinking to himself, gotcha. Yep. So what do we do? We know he's got the Fleur-de-Lis in hand. We know this is a Shaddoll Schism. How do we play this? Easy. We're going to go Forbidden Droplets in this moment. We're going to send the Nerval and the Tenki. So, Tenki. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to send the Nerval. And we're going to hit confirm. What does that do for us? Going to try to do something here. He's going to think, what can I do? Nothing. He can do nothing because we sent a spell and a monster. So we're going to have the Macabre first and foremost. We're going to turn off the Ecclesia. We are going to start by summoning Tri-Brigade Fergit. The Nerval effect is now going to activate in hand. What is that going to do for us? That is going to get us a Karis. Karis is going to be our major line of play from now. We're going to have to play this like a normal Tri-Brigade deck at this point. Or we can continue to try to combo with the Cobalt Sparrow, which is what we're going to try to do here. But it's probably going to be met immediately with either the Schism or it's going to be met with the Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. I think it's going to be met with the Fleur-de-Lis first. Now, we don't care about the Schism at this point. Nothing he can summon off that Schism is going to stop us from playing. So, here's the Schism. What is he thinking about doing? We get 2 summons under the window. Dude, I don't think we get any. Look at this. We only get to go 1 summon. Vergy came out because we used the Nerval. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use Cobalt Sparrow. Special summon it off the Vergy. You're fine, guys. That's why I'm doing this combo guide. So, and the gameplay guide. So, what happens now? We're going to normal summon, we're going to special summon the Vergy. And off the Vergy, we're going to summon the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow is now going to grab us some monsters. What do we grab here? Well, we can't special summon anymore. Did you banish Tri-Brigade cards? I banished 2 cards we sent off the Maximus. So he gave us free material. He sent us a Shurag, and he sent us a Doom Eagle. I still have the Nerval on grave. I have only banished 1 Tri-Brigade card so far. We need to deal with the Makaba for the following turn. And we know he's got Alistair in hand. So this does screw up our likelihood of being able to play through this window. But I think we can still do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the Sparrow to hand. No, we don't want to add the Wagtail. The turn passes to him. We cannot special summon anymore because he's got the window, but that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to not clear... Actually, he's got the Alistair. I think we lose this. Yeah, he opened really well. We're going to try to play through this. It's going to be tough. He's thinking, though. So he's got the Alistair in hand. He's not going to want to send the Alistair because then he's not going to have a attack buff for next turn, and he's disconnecting. All right, so he's disconnecting. If it's a win, we're not going to count it. Passes back to us. We go battle phase. We're going to swing over the Ecclesia. So, a couple things about this. The window cannot attack directly. We do not inherently lose either because he also can only special summon once per turn. So, we're going to pass on this. Now, next turn, we can make the Shurag and deal with the window. We'll have a full graveyard. Be able to draw a card as well. We may get something out of this. But the Karis is going to be the key play for next turn. If we survive this. I think we should. The Maximus is going to have to force us to send some more cards. In which case, we are going to send the double Dragon Lords because it's no longer useful to us. Likely we're going to send the Downer Magician. So we knew we had the Alistair in hand. He's going to normal summon the Alistair, use the effect, grab the invocation. Now, what can he do with this? There's a couple things he can do with this. He can use the Schism again. Schism will banish, special summon a fusion monster. Likely would be the Construct here, but he would have to send the El Shadal window, which, depending on how budget this guy is, may be a bad decision. Instead, what he's going to do is it looks like he's going to summon a Purgatrio here. Purgatrio is going to swing for a lot of damage, because he did send the Ash last turn. But that's going to be the only special summon he can do this turn because he controls the window. So we don't inherently lose because that he is summoning the Purgatrio. He's going to get the Alistair back to hand off the invocation, so he's going to be able to swing for quite a bit of damage. But the Purgatrio can only attack monsters if it doesn't declare a direct attack. So think about how much damage can we take off this. Well, we're going to take 1,100 if he swings into the Ferjit. We're going to take 2,500 because it's going to go down 200 off the Cobalt Sparrow, and then the Makaba can swing for 25. It's not killer. It's going to be... All right, sure. That's why we're doing this. You're going to watch this. You're going to be a pro by the end of this. Or, you're gonna understand the game a lot better. So, and that's also why I'm talking through his play as well. I'm trying to give you guys the knowledge of what he's doing versus what I'm doing. Also, because he has the magical meltdown, I cannot negate the special summon from the fusion. I cannot negate the fusion summon during my turn when he uses the Shaddoll Schism. I think he realizes now that he fucked up. He cannot use anything to special summon, so he's gonna have to attack. He does not realize that the window cannot attack directly. He made the mistake there. So he could have done more damage if he elected to just attack with the window over the Fergie. He's thinking about activating the Alistair in hand to boost this. If he's smart, he shouldn't. He should not boost it. But we do know he has the Lyrilusc in hand. Do you recommend going first? Tri-Brigade Zoo. I recommend this deck. I think Tri-Brigade Zoo is not as strong a deck as this. I think it's a good lower end, like kind of meta relevant deck. You can play it better in this than you can in the in the actual TCG. But I really would not recommend building it over something like this. I think this or Virtual World are the best decks to play on average. So we're gonna put back the Barrel Canary. We got the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. And he actually is going to game this. That's a shame. So he thought long and hard about it, and he was able to do it. We elected to go second here. He set up a full board. Did you get this deck from Japanese leaderboards? No, this is actually a TCG deck. This is totally untouched TCG deck. The only thing that has changed is that we've added Max C because Max C is legal at 3. So, if I were to pull up on stream, and I'll set this up, if we go to the... Let me get this set up. So we're going to go to edit, right? We're going to go to add a new layer. We're going to go web browser. And I will do it right here. So we're going to do this over the stream at the moment. We go to Facebook. We go over to Ready for Duel. Right? The Ready for Duel is probably one of the better sources for meta gameplay from the TCG. You're going to find a lot of really good lists from Ready for Duel. So let me paste the URL here. All right. Now, actually, you know what? Did that wrong. Hold on, I did that wrong. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta figure this out. First time streaming. Refresh. Like that. So you know what? For the sake of this, I'm gonna switch the game capture to our browser. So we're looking at Ready for Duel page. All right, so we're scrolling along here, right? Looking at all the top decks. Start looking at the remote duel YCS from these past weekends. This is Jose Ramirez. He played in the Latin American YCS. This was the Sky Striker deck. Here we see a pure Tri-Brigade deck from the Latin America. Pretty good deck, right? This is not a bad deck. Latin American players on average do not play the same way as North American and European players. So they play a very control-oriented build. That's why you start seeing cards like Fusion Destiny, which we don't presently have in this game because Destiny Hero Phoenix Destroyer doesn't exist in this. But if you go to Kamal Crook's list, wow, what does this look like? This looks like the deck list that I'm playing, right? I based what I had off Kamal's list. Kamal just won the last YCS. So, what changes have I made? Well, for instance, Max C is in the game. Max C in the game, one of the best cards ever printed. One of the most controversial cards ever printed. We've taken out the triple tack talents and put in the Max C for that. What have we also done? We've taken the Infinite Impermanences and switch them to Ash Blossom to counter the Max C. We're already playing the Forbidden Droplet. The only other change that was made was we dropped a single Wagtail and we dropped the Foolish Burial. And the extra deck plays a Rugal instead of the second Shurag. I like the second Shurag over the Rugal, but that's just a personal choice. So, built this off an actual TCG list. I know these guys. I played against them last weekend in the tournament. This is the way to play the deck. You can also play Oath to stop the droplets during your turn, but it's not as good a play, and a lot of people are moving away from it. So we're going to switch back over to the gameplay, and we're going to continue to try to show the general combos of this deck. I hope that makes sense for you guys about what the pros are playing as well. In addition to this, the budget stepping stone version look crafty. So, combo pieces get ashed. Awesome. What do I do? It all depends. So we're gonna see here. We're going second again, despite the fact that I picked first. I guess I didn't pick quick enough. It does depend. It depends on where the Ash Blossom is, and it all comes down to actually understanding the deck and where to play from. This hand is pretty solid. We're gonna have to rip into the Pot of Desires, which means we're probably not gonna go for the Simorgh during our turn, but we do have the counters for their plays. Right off the bat, we see him going Pot of Extravagance. He's going to banish 6 cards, and he's going to get met with an Ash immediately. This is going to stop him from drawing cards for the rest of the turn. Tri-Brigade little dude got Ash Blossom during. So it sounds like you got your Nerval hit. That does happen, and I'll show you what to do during this. You got to order your chain links the right way. You got to make sure that it's the Nerval first, then the Fergie. Nobody should Ash the draw. Doesn't make sense. You want to always Ash when you're knowing your opponent is going to guarantee a card. So, opponent summons Golden Lord here. Sends the Guardian of the Golden Land. What is he going to do? He's going to set the Scarlet Sanguine to try to summon a Golden Lord during our turn. That's fine. Or summon a zombie from the deck. That's fine by us. Top tech into another Ash Blossom. Jesus. Alright. We need to thin the deck a little. We're going to rip into the Pot of Desires here. Check out what we banished. Also, we got the Bird Call. We can still do the Simorgh play. So, what we're going to do. Start by activating Bird Call. It's immediately going to be chained. And he scoops. See, he doesn't want to play against this deck. People know how strong this deck is. Do you upload these tutorials to YouTube? No, so I don't have a YouTube channel at the moment, God Gary. But what I do have is I'm gonna leave these up on the stream under the videos on demand. You can find them on my profile as you so choose, and I will also put the link to the videos on demand in a composite post later on that I hope to get pinned by the mod team. This way, people can refer to this. They can see the deck list. They can understand my reasoning and see how this plays against the other mid-tier, the high-tier decks. So, Eldritch I consider a mid-tier deck. I don't think it's top tier. He opened really poorly, as we saw. He's also not playing an optimal build. It would have been easy for us to win through that board. He had nothing. He had the ability to summon another Eldritch monster and an Eldritch monster. I think this is a deck that people are going to wise up to very quickly. Right off the bat, he's summoning an Eldritch monster. Always chain the Maxi to a guaranteed special summon. He has to special summon now because he activated Elixir of Black Awakening. And this also locks him into Eldritch monsters. He can't summon anything but Eldritch monsters for the rest of the turn. So we get a draw here. Guaranteed draw off the Maxi. Fractal. That's crazy. We have full combo now and then some. He's going to set 2 cards. Have you faced Virtual World yet? I have not. But we're looking for Virtual World for sure to play against. So, what are these back row? Likely Floodgates. How do you deal with Floodgates in this deck? It's tough. But we're going to try our best. We're going to Fractal here off the bat. Fractal effect is going to send a bird card that we do not already have in hand. So what are we going to send? We are going to send the Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow Grave. I'm doing this ECG from Duel Links, learning Virtual World, and can say VFD is not fair. VFD is in fact not fair. VFD is packed. What is the best way to make this deck? What packs do you need? So you need to buy Echo Chamber Nation, and you need to buy Avian Moonlit Dance. Those are the packs you need to focus on if you're looking to build this deck. He's got the skill drain. It's a 3 of in this deck. It is crazy. Not a fan of skill drain in this meta. Not a fan of it one bit. What does that do for us? Well, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But we have the bird call. We know that we're not playing into an imperm now in that column. Really have no way in this deck to out the skill drain. But not inherently lose. We're gonna have the Viral Canary. What we can do is we can put a big monster on field. We can start putting some pressure on the board. I'm gonna Cobalt Sparrow here. Yeah. So the deck I posted a couple times in the Discord. If not, it's there on the side deck. But I will post the text version in the chat shortly. So, yeah, Virtual World is a bit hard to learn. Easier deck just to grind some games and learn. Thank you, Lithgow. Yeah, there's the list there. Lithgow just shared it. You can find it in the Discord chat there. Chaining there can only be one. This is a problem. All right, so we are in trouble now because he is playing the there can only be one game. We play no back removal, so this is not ideal for us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the DD Crow. Yeah, these trap decks are in fact rough in best of one for sure. Me out the Golden Lord and just start playing pressure. No, we cannot. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna pass. I think we just go next. I don't think there's any way we can really beat this. What is the Mood Trapper version? Yeah, see, I'm not expecting to play against Eldritch, though, is the thing. I'm expecting when I play this to only be playing against other top tier decks. I do not view Eldritch as a top tier deck. So if I were taking this to a tournament tomorrow, right? Like, let's say DK had a tournament on, Master Duel meta, right? I would not expect to be playing against Eldritch. I would go in here expecting to play the best two decks, which I think are Virtual World and this deck. So that's why I built my deck this particular way. If I had a side deck available to me right now, you bet there would be 3 Twin Twister in that side deck. There would also be Harpy's Feather Duster and Red Reboot. So, yeah, see, a lot of people are building off the Mood Trapper. I think his build is fine. I don't think it's the optimal version to play it, personally, but that's also just my perspective. So what can we do here? So we're going to start by activating Fractal. Fractal's going to send from the deck. He has Ash Blossom. We've just discovered that. That's fine. What do? We send Wagtail. Then Wagtail to the graveyard. We're going to normal summon Nervall here. Now, Sapphire Swallow effect. Sapphire Swallow effect in hand if we control another Winged Beast monster. Special summon this another level 1 from the hand. We're going to summon the Berry Canary. And we're going to summon the Sapphire Swallow. Now, we're going to exceed using the Nervall. You know what? No, we want the Wagtail. Actually going to do this first. We're going to recite Starling. Seed using the Cobalt Sparrow and the Barrel Canary. We're going to detach for cost here. It does not matter what we detach. Ideally, we want to detach the Sapphire Swallow. So, I'm going to detach the Sapphire Swallow using Recite Starling. I haven't seen the Mood Trapper build yet. Oh, he's playing Drytron. So he's actually playing Herald of the Orange Light. He's going to send Eva. It's a little problematic. What does this do for us? Well, the Eva's going to banish, add another Herald of the Orange Light. Or he might add Diviner here. He added another Herald of Orange Light. So he's going to threaten us with the Herald of Orange Light. And we're going to Nervall. If Nervall gets hit, then we summon out the... We add the Karis to hand. So what we're going to do here is we're going to banish the Barrel Canary. We're going to banish the Sapphire Swallow. He has another fairy monster in hand. That's a problem. So he's going to Orange Light again. Then he Diviner this time. So he's got 2 cards in hand. He ran this. I'll take a look at that after this match. Nerve Ball effect on destruction is gonna add us a Tri-Brigade card from deck to hand. Now we have normal summon already because we normal summon that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the Fractal for next turn. We have the Maxi in hand. He's got 2 cards. If I know Drytron well enough, it might be enough. Now I fully anticipate him playing Drytron here. But if he also sees us Maxi, I think he just stops. We're gonna see how he does this. So he's got the Alpha Thuban. Alpha Thuban, send a ritual or another Drytron monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon itself, and then add a ritual monster. We're gonna Maxi here. Always Maxi on the guaranteed special summon. We're gonna draw at least 1 card here, guys. Now, he may end his turn here, which I think if he were smart, he should. He's adding the Ben 10. We're gonna do another Maxi. Wow. Some really bad top decks tonight in the second half of the stream. He's gonna Delta here. What he's doing, guys, is very bad gameplay. You really don't want to take the Maxi challenge. The Maxi challenge is after you've been Maxi'd, you continue to special summon monsters. It is not the optimal way to play the game, and he is doing it right now. But I think what he's doing, I think he's just amassing resources for next turn, so he's going to use the Ben 10. He may be searching Lancia here, or another Ben 10. So he's thinning his deck. If he continues to play under Max C, then he's walking himself into Nibiru, which is bad gameplay. You don't want to do that. He should realistically have ended his turn here because he doesn't know what's in our deck. We could be drawing into a Droll. We could be drawing into Nibiru, which could end his whole turn. And then some. And not only that, but we also drawing cards on top of this. Continuing to play. I think he thinks that we don't have anything, which is true. We don't have anything. So we may be out of luck, but it's the cost of playing into 2 hand traps that absolutely destroy us. He's sending Ben 10 again. He's going to add the ritual spell here and a fairy monster. So what he's going to do is he's going to add likely a diviner here off the Ben 10 because we know he's playing it. Diviner on normal or special summon is going to send a fairy monster from the deck or extra deck to graveyard. Copy its level. Herald of Ultimateness. Just going for the Herald play. So he's detaching material from the Meteor Stratron to summon the Cyber Angel Ben 10 in defense. What he's also going to do is he's going to use the Meteor Stratron to graveyard to add it back to hand by targeting a Drytron monster he controls and minusing its attack by 1,000. You can only do that once per turn, but it lets you ritual summon again. So what he's going to do now is he's going to have to... Oh, Jesus Christ, he just does everything. Well, that's why I'm explaining it, so you guys can understand what's going on here as well. I think he searches the Diviner here. Vanity's Ruler. That says we can't play. So what he's going to do right here is going to summon the Herald of Perfection. Vanity's Ruler says we cannot special summon monsters. Yeah, this is not a good replay at the moment, guys. So I'm hoping he screws this up. And he has screwed it up. He cannot OTK us this turn. And he also has no negates. I want to point that out too. He has no negates on the Herald of Ultimateness. But this is the problem. We cannot special summon monsters while Vanity's Ruler is face up on the field. So we need to hope we draw into the Forbidden Droplet, which we do play. We also have the Pot of Desires. DD Crow. Within the deck with the Bird Call. We're gonna have a Barrel Canary. Add Barrel Canary to hand. And we're gonna have to pray that this Pot of Desires is exactly what we need. Oh no, we banished all 3 to that hurts. Alright. With that said, we lose. We cannot out the Vanity's Ruler. So on that, we will go to the next. But so Drytron has to play very differently from how it plays in the TCG. How it's going to play in Master Duel is going to be continuously ritual summon monsters. Send ritual monsters from the hand to activate your effects. The ritual monsters, as well as the monsters you're summoning from the hand, will trigger on the same chain to add cards, giving you kind of a sort of an endless loop of advantage. He could not do an optimal play there, but he ended up being able to summon the Vanity's Ruler anyway. So we got screwed there because we couldn't special summon anything. Had we been able to special summon something we were only playing through the ultimateness, we would have won. But we didn't have a droplet. It happens. Sometimes you brick. This hand, also not ideal. But we are drawing for turn. We're going to see what he's playing first to make our decision on how this is going to go. The deck is not giving us one. He's playing Salmon Great. So he's going to normal summon Debug here. He's going to search a level 3 or lower Cyberus monster. Adding Microcoder. Or he's playing actually just maybe pure Cyberus. Microcoder can link summon itself, can be used as link material from the hand using monsters on the field for the summon of a Code Talker monster. When you do so, you can also search a Cynet Spell or Trap card. So what he's going to do here is he's going to summon Code Talker. Code Talker, 2 up and down link arrows. Going to gain 500 for each monster that points to and can't be destroyed by battle or card effects while it points to a monster. But he's going to use the microcoder here. He's likely going to search either Cynet Mining, Cynet Codec, or Cynet Optimization. So he's searching the Codec here. Codec, on the summon of a Code Talker monster, target it. Add a Cyberus monster with the same attribute as the Code Talker monster you just summoned. So there's a Code Talker monster with every attribute, from earth to light to wind to fire to water and dark. Obviously, this is dark. There's 2 dark. There's 2 fire. There's 1 earth, 2 light, and then there is 3. Actually, there's 3 dark. I take that back. I'm gonna set 1 card. It's likely going to be the counter trap, which is Cynet Conflict. Got the mathematics subtraction. It's gonna target a card on the field, minus the attack by 1,000, special summon itself, and now he's locked into being able to summon nothing but Cyberus monsters for the rest of the turn. So for those of you who have taken a hiatus and you're just getting back to the game, or this is your first time really ever playing in the TCG, or what's deemed a Master Duel, this is a good introduction stream. I'm playing against every deck at the moment, it seems. Every deck is something different, but we're playing the same deck. You're going to learn these combos by the end of the tonight. Summoning Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker, once per turn, target a link 2 or lower. Link 3 or lower Cyberus monster to your graveyard, special summon it to the field. When it targets a mother monster, buy its link arrows. Those 2 monsters cannot be targeted. They also gain 500 each. So at the moment, the regular Code Talker cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while it points to a monster, and it also can't be targeted because of the Transcode Talker. But he's linking away with it using the code generator from the hand to summon Code Talker inverted. So what is he going to do here? He's going to trigger 2 effects. Actually, he's going to trigger 3. So on summon, Code Talker inverted is going to special summon a Cyberus monster from the hand to a zone it points to. The Codec is also going to trigger on summon. Because he summoned a light Code Talker monster, he's going to add a light Cyberus monster. And the code generator, because it was used from the hand as link material to summon a Code Talker monster, is going to be able to Foolish Burial a Cyberus monster. So he's sending Dot Scraper. Dot Scraper, if sent to the graveyard, will special summon itself, and also if it's banished, it will special summon itself. It can only use each effect once per turn. So what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to, I think, extra link us. So for those who don't know, extra link is when you build a U shape using co-linked monsters. It locks us out of being able to summon from the extra deck monster zone. This deck is one of the few in the game that can actually do that successfully. The only other deck that can do that is Adagnister and previously the Goki deck. But the Goki deck cannot do that any longer because of the ban list implemented by this game. So he's adding the 4 Mud Skipper. 4 Mud Skipper, tribute summon itself, special summon a link monster. Actually, I think I have that wrong. Sorry, reveal 1 link monster. If you do special summon this turn, you can treat this card as that link material. So he summoned the Dot Scraper because it was sent to the graveyard off the Code Talker. Code Generator, the summon. Likely going to go excess Code Talker, I think, here. Which on summon will lock us out of a couple zones, kind of like an Ojama King if you guys have been playing Duel Links from the start. Yep, there's the X Code Talker. So on summon, this card you can choose unused monster zones equal to the number of monster zones, number of monsters currently in the extra monster zone. So he's going to lock us out of a couple zones here. But we're still going to be able to play. We're going to clear that easy. So this is the one zone we cannot summon to. This one right here in the middle. Gonna draw another card. He's gonna summon Gachi Adagnister. This is a hand trap. Well, not really a hand trap, but it is interaction. An extender in this case. He's also adding Parallel Sea, which is also an extender. Now he also can only summon Cybers monsters because he used the effect of Mathematics Subtraction earlier. So summoning Firewall Dragon. This card was banned for about the last 4 years. It came back in April for both the TCG and the OCG. What does it do? Once while face up on field, quick effect. Target monsters on the field or graveyard up to the number of co-linked cards. At the moment, it's co-linked 1, so it can bounce 1 card. If a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Cybers monster from your hand once per turn, only once that turn. So he's going to Parallel Exceed here. He's going to have to Link Summon because he cannot Exceed Summon unless there's a a rank 4 Cybers monster, which to my knowledge, there isn't. Well, there is. It's Salamangreat Dragon, but it requires Salamangreat. So he's going to summon Splash Mage. He's going to use the effect to summon back a monster in defense. That's Cybers. Now, here's the catch with the Transcode Talker. We cannot target the Firewall Dragon. The good news is, half of our extra deck does not target. Draco Future does not target if we were to try to clear this stuff. The Ensemble does target, but we're not going to use Ensemble to clear this. We're going to try to use Zeus to clear this, or we're going to try to use Shurad to clear this. That's our primary out to this board at the moment. Yeah. Can I own this dude? I think I can. So he's summoning the Bailings. He's going to search the Salamangreat field spell at the moment. What he's likely going to do is Reincarnation Summon using the Bailings. So the Gachi Adagnister is going to special summon itself by negating a monster on the field. An extender for your combo here. The Shooting Code Talker. So he's going to add a water monster here off the Signet Kodak. But now the Firewall Dragon can bounce 2 cards. The Gachi Adagnister is also going to be able to target a card, make it unaffected by opponent's card effects until the end of his turn. So what is he targeting? Targeting the Firewall Dragon. So this is unaffected. If we try to Shurag it, it won't do anything. We try to Zeus it, it won't do anything. But we can clear everything around it. Sea Archiver. Okay. Gonna continue to Link Summon. So here's Avermax. Avermax says, when this Link Summon card is on the field, your opponent cannot target this card. Also, their opponent monster attacks cannot target monsters for attack except for this one. And then once per battle damage, damage calculation. If this card battles a special summon monster, you can make that Our gain attack equal to the current monster's attack during damage calculation only. And then if it's sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, shuffle one card on the field into the deck. So this is Cyber's combo. Gonna summon the Lyrilusc here. This is gonna negate a trap card. We're not playing any traps. Not a problem. So what do I think he has here? I know he's got the. Oh, that would have been nice. I know he's got the 2 firewall bounces. I know he's got, I think, the counter trap. But we're in pretty good shape, I think. So we're gonna start by normal summoning Nerval. Gonna have to think long and hard about this. Does he want to bounce this? And he elected not to. He should have done that. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna activate Sapphire Swallow in hand. We're gonna special summon Sapphire Swallow and the Cobalt Sparrow at the same time. Cobalt Sparrow's effect is gonna trigger. It's gonna add us a level 1 Winged Beast monster. He's letting all this go through. What do we want to do? Well, we want an insurance plan. We want Warbler in case he starts popping everything. Why don't we use any cards? Because I play to go first. There are cards that stop special summoning, which play to go first. We had to go second here. It's unfortunate that we can't choose that we want to go first on average, but it's the reality we live in, unfortunately, with this deck. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go Assembled Nightingale. We're going to start baiting things. That's what we're going to try to do right here. So we're going to start baiting things. So we're going to tribute these two. Oh, sorry, we're not going to tribute. We're going to exceed summoning using just those two. Special summon. Assembled Nightingale is going to attack directly. For 400 each time. We're going to go battle phase. Now, being able to attack directly is critical here. Otherwise, we'd have to use Mekk-Knight Crusadia. Correct. She can attack up to the number of materials attached to her. So we had 5 materials, she could attack directly 5 times. We only have 2, so she can only attack directly twice. Yes, I can do Zeus now. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to summon Downward Magician here. Not the Zeus immediately. And the reason for that, we want to bait him. We want to bait him into using the Firewall effect. Because if we bait him to use Firewall effect, then we can Zeus him for more. And here he's going to go using it. No, the Magician cannot get blocked here. It can't get destroyed here because the Firewall Dragon is bouncing it. So that's not necessarily a problem. He's already proved that he doesn't have a counter trap here. Or he doesn't have anything that's immediately activatable, at least for the time being that we know, because he's using the firewall effect. But we have the Berry Canary here that will allow us to continue to special summon. So he's using the Gotcha Ignister here. What is this going to do? This card is... He's adding that to hand. What he just did was a big screw up, because now we have the Nerval. We can Nerval here for a ton. We're going to banish 2 cards. So we're going to banish the Assembled Nightingale, and we're going to banish the Sapphire Sparrow. He should have bounced the Nerval too. He made a mistake by not doing it. Now, we know he has something else because it immediately went to being able to activate on his side of the field. So, what does that mean we do? It means we got the Ferjit. We're going to summon the Ferjit. We're going to use Ferjit's effect, and we're going to summon the Turquoise Warbler. On summon, Turquoise Warbler is going to special summon 1 from the graveyard. I did not. I will after this duel. Yeah, Zam says we'll take a look at that together after this one. So here's what we're doing, right? We're going to summon out the Cobalt Sparrow. Look at that. Immediately we have 3 birds on field again. What does that mean for us? That means he's in trouble. We're going to start searching some cards here. We can also get banishing. So, the Firewall Drag is unaffected. So is the Avermax. We can't target it with card effects. But, that's fine, because what we're going to do actually here is we're going to Shurag here. We're going to Shurag and gain advantage. So we're going to use Nerval, Ferjit, counting it as 2. And we're also going to use the Turquoise Warbler. On summon, we're going to chain block. So we're going to summon the Ferjit. Sorry, the Shurag. Shurag is going to go chain link 1. Then we're going to go Nerval chain link 2. And then Ferjit chain link 3 to draw a card. Now, I don't care about this Avermax, because this Avermax is gone regardless. So. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should care about the Avermax. We normal summoned already. So what we're going to do, we're going to send... We're going to send the Nerval back to the deck. Nerval's going to add the Karis to hand. So we can extend it even further. This is going to banish the set card. Evenly matched. Okay. First time I've seen someone play that. Alright, so we're going to Karis effect here, pitching the Fractal. A special summon itself. He's got something that's activatable. Just choosing not to use it. Karis effect. Karis is going to banish 2 cards here. We're going to banish the Nerval. We're going to banish the... actually, no, we need to keep the Warbler. We're going to banish the Ferjit and the Nerval. What we're going to do is we're going to summon Double Dragon Lords here. Even Graveyard. Makes sense to Doom Eagle. No. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to double Dragon Lords. Let's send the Shurag. And then we're also going to put back the Lingeribo. This all makes sense in a second, guys. Shurag's going to trigger. It's going to add us back a card. So Shurag's going to add equal to the number of cards banished times their level. He's got something. So what can we add here? A lot we can add here. Got 2 cards in hand. We're going to add the DD Crow. Going to be insurance for next turn. And now we're going to go Barrel Canary. So Barrow Canary, summon the Restart Starling. No effect. Effective Starling. What do we want to do here? We want to add. We want to detach the Warbler. We want to add. Barrow Canary for next turn. Could also have added the Nerval. But at the moment, I want the Barrow Canary. And what we're going to do now is we're going to Zeus. We're going to clear the whole board, except for the Firewall Dragon. He's going to have to respond to this. And what he's going to do is he's going to send the Avermax. The Avermax is going to put back the Zeus. He's not a very smart man. He's actually putting back the Firewall. That's better for us, actually. That gives us protection for next turn. Do not care if the Firewall Dragon comes back out. Because at this point, he still does not know that we have a Maxi in hand. He's also triggering the Firewall Dragon to summon the Sigma. Oh, actually, no, he did. Oh, no, he did shuffle back the Zeus. I thought this targeted. No, it does not target. Okay. Then we pass on this. I do not think he can OTK us with what he has. So what we're going to do is we're going to toggle all the way on. We're going to Maxi. We're going to force him to think that we have it. He should pass here. To which we win next turn. He's also taking the Maxi challenge. Got 8 cards in the extra deck. He's only got 6 left. Adding the microcoder. So he's going to try to link summon from the hand. That's fine. So he's link summoning using 3 monsters on the field. Gonna summon that Transcode Talker. And here's where he's gonna get punished. RMINA? Yes. I am in fact North American. I'm from the United States, from New York. That's fine. Agachi Akari is going to target the Transcode Talker and make it unaffected by monster effects until the end phase of our next turn. Setting the sign at conflict. That's fine. No. When he activates the Transcode Talker, we're going to chain the DD Crow to the target. And that should effectively end his turn. So summoning back the Lingaribo, afraid of the trap card. Don't play any traps in this deck. You see by the deck list on the side of the profile. So it's activate transcode talker effect. We're gonna change the activation. We're gonna banish the Xcode talker. Now, he can't do a ton of damage. His best bet in this moment, right now, would be to link this off into Update Jammer, and then start going into Access Code Talker. But the only way he can do that is if he uses the Firewall Dragon and the Lingeribo. Actually, I don't think you can. I think Update Jammer requires level 2 or lower, or level 3 or lower. Yeah, level 2 or higher. He's going to go Access Code Talker here. We're going to take quite a bit of damage. There's no doubt about that. It's not enough, though, because he's already used Firewall Dragon's effect to special summon. And we've got full combo in the following turn. All right, I stand corrected. We lose. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate these decks. Ugh. All right. Wow. Maybe we need to switch this up a bit. Or not get put against the decks that are going to have people taking the Max U challenge. There's realistically no reason why we should have lost there. But he had the Sigma, which is a rare tech in this Code Talker deck. I think we played that right, best we can. No, you can run Maxi in this deck. You have to run Maxi right now, in my learned opinion. So we're going to Tenki here, off the draw. And it's immediately going to be met with an Ash Blossom. Letting this go through. We're going to Fractal here. Let's start by activating Fractal. Fractal's going to send itself to the graveyard, and then also Foolish Burial, a level 1 or lower Beast Warrior monster, which is immediately going to be met with Ash, which is good for us, because that enables us to be able to combo here. So, what do we do now? We've got one of the best cards in the game. It's limited to 1 for a reason. We're going to activate 1 for 1, sending Nerval to the graveyard as activation cost. To special summon out, he's got a response to this. Got DD Crow. So DD Crow is going to respond to the Nerval here. I'm going to banish it so we can't get the effect to add a Tri-Brigade monster from deck to hand, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're still going to summon out a level 1 monster. We're going to summon out the Lyrilusc Wagtail. Wagtail on special summon will add a Lyrilusc spell or trap card, which we will add Bird Call. Bird Call is going to let us add a Lyrilusc monster from the deck to hand, and then special summon 1 in the hand with a different name than the one we just added. So this is still going to be full combo. What we're going to do is we're going to add the Sparrow here. We're then going to use Bird Call's effect to summon out Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow on summon will then also special summon 1 from the hand. Sorry, no, we did that wrong. I need to read my cards better. Alright, we're fine. We're still fine. What was the comment there? Is Sarija good in this deck? No, I do not believe Sarija is good in this deck. But we're still fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon Recite Starling. Restart Starling has an effect on summon to target a card on the field, boosts its attack. We're not going to do that. We're just going to use Restart Starling's effect, detaching the Wagtail's cost to add a level 1 level 1 Wing Beast monster from deck to hand. What are we going to add here? We are going to add the Sapphire Swallow because we did not use the effect previously. So Sapphire Swallow effect, activate the effect. Actually, our misplay worked out well. So now we're going to use Sapphire Swallow summon itself and the Cobalt Sparrow from the hand. Cobalt Sparrow on summon will add a level 1 beast, Wing Beast monster from deck to hand. That can be anything here, but we're going to grab the Barrel Canary. You'll see why in a second. So we're going to Recite Starling. again. So the second, you have to do it twice. General combo is always double reset Starling to start, grab 2 cards, sometimes even 3, depending on how your hand is shaping up. So reset Starling, going to detach. Does not matter what we detach here. I'm going to detach the Cobalt Sparrow, and we're going to add level 1 Wing Beast monster. We're going to add the DD Crow here. It's a hand trap. It's activatable during our opponent's turn. Can totally disrupt them. We already have the Nerve Ball in hand, so we don't care so much about that. And what we're going to do is we're going to summon F-Zero. F-Zero summoning requirements, 2 Exceed monsters with the same rank. Then, on top of F-Zero, we're going to summon F-Zero Utopic Draco Future. This is an Omni-Negate for monster effects. You can negate it anywhere, but if it negates a monster effect on field, you also take control of that monster. It also cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, it's immune. Can't be destroyed by card effects or battle. It's immune to cards like Lightning Storm and Regeki, which are free to get cards if you have done the solo mode or if you bought the bundle. We're then going to start by normal summoning Nerval. Nerval effect is going to banish 2. We're going to banish the Fractal from the graveyard, and we're going to banish one of the Swallows from the graveyard. We're going to summon out Fairjeet. What does Fairjeet get us here? Well, not much. We're not going to use her effect as special summon because we have the DD Crow and the Barrel Canary in hand. What we are going to do is we're going to link off the Fairjeet and the Nerval to make our Samorg. Samorg will get us an Omni Negate and Apex Avian during the end phase. We don't have to worry about this getting ashed or impermed because, first of all, it can't be targeted. And it also cannot be Ash because he used Ash earlier in the turn. But we're also going to go +1 here by a draw, and we're going to add off the Nerval. So we're going to draw a card, decide if we want to keep that card or not, or put one in our hand back. Well, we don't need this card, so we're going to put it back. And then Nerval's going to add us a Tri-Brigade monster. So we're going to add the Fractal for next turn, because we're not going to Karis this turn. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Barrel Canary. Barrel Canary is going to target the Sparrow. Why not use Stormwind? Unfamiliar with Stormwind. I'll take a look at that card in a second. Assume that is another Lyrilusc card. Or you're talking about Featherstorm. What we're going to do here. Can Exceed summon using the 2 monsters we just summoned off the Barrel Canary. We're now locked into Exceed monsters, so we can only special summon from the extra deck Exceed monsters. We're going to summon the Barrel Canary. Because we did not banish the Wagtail earlier, we're going to use Wagtail's effect to attach itself to the Ensemble Robin as material. Ensemble Robin will now have 3 bounces for special summon monsters. It is literally compulse with wings, for those who are familiar. So, what do we do now? We end. In the end phase, Samorg Bird of Sovereignty will summon a Wing Beast monster from the deck. What's the best Wing Beast monster summoned from the deck? Miss Valley Apex Avian. An Omni Negate. It will return itself from the field to negate the activation of a card and destroy it. And then what do? You summon it back the following turn with the Samorg. It's crazy. So, end board. Neither of these monsters can be targeted because of the Samorg points to them. The Samorg also cannot be targeted inherently. The Draco Future is an Omni Negate for monsters that cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Pretty formidable board. We have 2 negates and 3 bounces. We also search the DD Crow. I think there's easier decks to play that are also good. If you're looking for a high velocity, a lot of combos, and a high skill cap, I would not recommend playing those decks. I would recommend playing this deck and watching these videos to try to learn the combos. This deck may not be optimal, but I think this is the way to play it personally. I like this deck a lot. I think this is the strongest deck in the game outside of Virtual World. So I think if you're looking for a high tier deck that is really strong when it comes to combos, has a high output at the end, like the end board is formidable, right? This is three bounces, a negate every turn, untargetable, and we have a targeted banish from the graveyard. I would recommend this. Virtual World also does very similar stuff. I would not, if you're just getting into the game though, I would not pick up this deck immediately, but I think you can learn a lot just from watching somebody else play this deck. Like watching this, you see what the combo is. You can start to see the choke points. The choke points, in my opinion, are if you're playing Droll and Lock Bird, which I think is a must-have if you're not playing this deck. If you're not playing this deck, I would be main decking Droll and Lock Bird. It is super rare. It's really easy to craft. And we're playing against Salomon Great. Okay. Interesting. So he's normal summoning. He's electing to not use the effect. If he elected to use the effect, he would not be able to special summon it later from the graveyard. He's using Spinny, targeting the Foxy. You pick Strikers first. Okay. I have a Striker deck. If you guys would like to watch me play Striker as well to learn how that deck works. I think Striker is a high mid-tier deck. I think it's also very intense and has a high skill cap. But I do believe that it is not as good as this deck. I think you can build it to be very good like this deck, but I do not think it is as good as this deck. So we're going to DD Crow here, banish the Spinny. Spinny will not be able to special summon itself. And he's going to scoop. We pull up Stormwind. So the barrier statue is fine. I think Apex Avian is better because Apex Avian has the ability to potentially negate the win condition for your opponent. Like, your opponent can rip into a card like Evenly Matched. Your opponent could rip into a card like Forbidden Droplet, which may make the difference. The Storm Barrier has merits to play as well, and it works. It definitely works. It's a budget alternative to playing Apex Avian. So I think you can play Stormwind. I think that's a totally fine alternative to playing Apex Avian. I know a lot of the pro players like to play Apex Avian. So I make that decision based on what my friends are saying. My friends are saying Apex Avian is better than Stormwind, but a lot of these decks play both. What first deck do you recommend for new players? I played Dino deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Keck W. Okay, God Gary. The new Dino deck is pretty solid. I would say it's lower end in the tier. I know that the Master Duel Discord right now has it listed as a tier 2 deck. I think that's fairly, I think that's fairly consistent to say. I think it's more on the rogue side though, if we're talking about real life, applicability. I think, I'm not sure what the OCG ban list has done to dinos. I'd have to see where Miscellaneous Saurus rests with the dino deck, but I think you could play a pretty solid dino deck right now. You're going to be struggling, though, because some of the better cards for the combo are not available in Master Duel at the moment because they are locked in a different set that we actually currently do not have. Like, we do not have cards like Scrap Raptor, which came out in Dawn of Majesty. So we're playing against Dragon Link. It's a really strong deck. This is a tier 2 deck. I genuinely think this is a tier 2 deck. What can you replace with Maxi? Nothing. You can replace nothing with Maxi. I hate to say that. Maxi is a critical 3 of. It is the best card in the game. You need to be playing Maxi. You also need to be playing Ash Blossom for that exact reason. The only stops to Maxi are 3 cards. And I'm going to put them in the chat. These are the only ways to stop Maxi. Ash. Cross out Designator. Cypher Gamma. That is the only way to stop Maxi. So you either need to play Ash, cross out, or that, or you're in trouble. So we know he added the Tidying. Tidying is a good card. Tidying targets a dragon card on your field, bounces it back to hand in one card your opponent controls. Actually, no, he didn't. We know he didn't switch that. Your virtual world list. I don't have one, but I could build one for you, and we can take a look at that, and you can screenshot it and move from there. I do have some thoughts on that, and I'd be glad to share it. So we can go into the deck builder after this, and we can take a look at that together. So we're going to add Fractal to hand. Now, what does this hand currently do? Well, not much. This is going to bounce. It's going to tribute itself to bounce a card on the field back to the hand. And then if tribute summons, it's going to special summon a dragon monster from the hand or deck with 0 attack and defense. So, how do we play around that? I think we should Pot of Desires first. We know he doesn't have Ash in hand because he activated it last turn, but he's got something else that's activatable. We just ripped into Forbidden Droplet. That's crazy. What do we do now? We're going to 1-for-1 pitching the Celestial. The Celestine Wagtail, and we're going to try to summon a card from the deck. Regardless of what happens here, if the 1-for-1 goes through, the monster that summons will trigger its effect for us. We will go inherently positive because of that, and we play around this because we just drew the Forbidden Droplet. He's got Vanity's Emptiness. Ouch. That's fine. That is totally fine. I'm gonna droplet here. We're going to chain Forbidden Droplet, sending the 1-for-1. Now, what is he going to have to do here? He's going to have to use the Erratic Seals in a different way. We can now play through the Vanities without having to worry about this bouncing the Nervall that we're about to summon. Actually, no, we don't want to summon Nervall. How do we do this? Got one in graveyard. I'm going to summon Fractal here. And we're going to use Fractal's effect to send it to the graveyard. He's going to have to respond here because he's going to lose the Vanity's emptiness. Go battle phase. Buy Vanities. This card is broken. This card is banned in the TCG for a reason. Stops your opponent from playing, period. If you're looking for a good one-up to craft for your deck, highly recommend Vanity's Emptiness. Really strong card. So, what do we do now? Realize he can't use this effect, but he's still going to tribute summon. A special at the Nurse Dragon Maid. Going to trigger its effect on field. It's going to target a level 4 or lower, special summon it. Going to target the chamber. Chamber's going to add a Dragon Maid spell card from deck to hand. He's likely going to add the Tidying here or the Hospitality. He may also add Changeover. There's the Hospitality. Hospitality will special summon a Dragon Maid from the hand. We're going to continue the attack. What are we going to attack? We're going to attack the... He's going to turn this card from the hand, special summon 1 level 4 lower. What does he have in the graveyard? Got nothing in the graveyard. Must have a card in the hand. We're going to clear the Chamber Dragon Maid. He's got nothing. Awesome. So we're going to go main phase 2. This opens up all of our plays for us now. We're going to start by activating Barrel Canary. Barrel Canary is going to add the Celestial. Sorry, special on the Celestine. Going to also give us Bird Call at the same time. Trigger the effect, add Bird Call to hand. The only one left in deck. Which is fine. But we banished the Apex Avian. That's fine. We can't summon Link Monsters this turn anyway. We're fine. So what do we do now? We summon Bird Call. We activate Bird Call. Bird Call is going to grab us the Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow is going to come to our hand. What we're going to do now is we are going to Sapphire Swallow, summoning the Nervall and itself simultaneously. Then going to summon Resight Starling using the Celestine and the Nervall. Say yes. On summon, we're going to use the effect. Target the Fractal to make it beefier. Fractal's going to gain 600. We're going to use Recite Starling's effect. Detaching the Nervall. Nervall effect is going to trigger afterwards, so we're going to add the DD Crow to hand. Now, Nervall effect is going to trigger here. Nervall's going to add us a Tri-Brigade monster for next turn. So we've got full combo again next turn. We're going to add Fractal to hand. Then what do? We're going to Exceed Summon into another Recite Starling. Now we're all out of Recite Starlings. This Fractal of ours, though, is going to be really big. And we're going to be able to make a Draco Future. So Resight Starling's effect's going to trigger. Target the Fractal. He's going to go up to 3,600. Sorry, 3,200, not 36. My apologies. We're going to detach. Resight Starling. Not going to activate DD Crow. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a Warbler. In the event that he clears our board next turn, which he should not, we can special summon everything back. We're going to choose the 2 Resight Starlings. We're going to summon F-Zero Utopia Future. If we could go Fractal Beatdown, but we're not going to. So, what do we do now? Utopic Draco Future. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn, negate a monster effect. If that monster effect is on field, take control of it. And on that, we pass. So we've got targeted negate. Sorry, we got monster negate anywhere. And we also have a banish 1 card from the graveyard. That stops a lot. Stops an awful lot. Right off the bat, he's going to Pot of Prosperity. He can no longer draw cards, but he's going to be able to add the exact card that he wants from the deck to the hand off the top 6 cards. So he's going to banish either 3 or 6. He's going to look at the top 3 or 6 cards from his deck and decide, oh, do I want this one or that one? So he's revealing Lopar, Imperial Order, really strong card, Ice Dragon's Prison, 10 Kick, Tidying, and Ash Blossom. Not great reveals for him. The Lopar is, the Parlor is probably the best card he got, and he's going to add it. What do we know is in his hand? We know the Hospitality is in his hand. So we saw him add it last turn off the Tidying. Off the Chamber. At this moment, we're not afraid of anything. We're going to negate that. That is ours. Now, if he wants to continue to play through this, he has to use the Hospitality here. We know his hand doesn't have much because we saw him play last turn. He's going to have to link 1 here to Striker Dragon. He does not have a lot going for him at the moment. This card on summon would add a Boot Sector launch, but he does not play it. What is he doing now? He's activating Hospitality. We're going to chain and we're going to banish the Dragon Maid Nurse. So he cannot activate targeting this. So he has to summon the Chamber Dragon Maid here. And that does not do a ton for him. He's going to summon the Chamber Dragon Maid. He's going to have to either search another Hospitality or a Tidying, or he's going to have to search a Changeover. But I do not believe he has the materials to really make use of the Changeover. And again, he can't clear the Utopic Draco Future. So yeah, he's searching the Tidying. Tidying is like a Compulse. Target a dragon you control, target a monster on our side of the field, bounce it. He's going to have to pass on this. He has no big Dragon Maids. So he cleared the Parlor. That's no big deal. We still have the Fractal, which we're going to use to bait the Tidying immediately next turn. He's going to summon another Hermetic Seals here. That's fine. Yes, Draco Future is your ideal first turn. Always. Ash Blossom. Insane. This is great. It's a great hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by using Fractal. Fractal we're going to use Banish 2. Summon Ferajit. We're going to banish the Resight Starling in the graveyard and the DD Crow. He's going to have to respond here. He's likely not going to do anything. Going to wait until we summon something that's a little bit more threatening. Now, Ferajit's effect is going to target the it's going to summon the Warbler. Warbler effect on summon. If summoned from the hand, special summon 1 from the hand or graveyard. We're going to summon the Nightingale. Is our play right now. We're going to threaten him with Zeus. And he scoops. So, you're going off the Master Duel tier list. Dragon Maid's the tier 3 deck. This deck should always win versus Dragon Maids. And as you saw there, pretty crazy. Jetski, thank you for joining us, man. That's what we're here for right now. All right, so real quick, I think Someone said they wanted to take a look at the one list. Let me pull this up. All right, so we're looking at the Moonraker list at the moment. Moonraker's playing a different list. He's not playing Max C, which I think is the wrong choice. I'm going to pull this and share my screen. Give me 1 second. We're going to add a new scene. We're going to add... Capture. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm screwing this up. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the gameplay. We're going to take this and we're going to change this. So we're going to take a look at this list. I'm going to explain why I think this is the wrong way to play this. All right. So this is what Moonraker is playing. He is playing... Oh, sorry. Close that. This is his Tri-Brigade list. Now, I think there's a lot wrong with this list. For starters, he's not maxed out on all the birds. He's also playing too many Wagtail, in my opinion. But this is manageable. This is a decent list. He's playing the 1-for-1, which is critical. He's playing the tanky. I think you only need 1 tanky personally, because Fractal is super easy to get if you're playing the 3 Nerval. The Feather Duster is fine, and if you're going to play anything in this list, I think you have to play the Max C over the Infinite Impermanence. That is my honest opinion. A lot of people will tell you the same thing. If you go and ask the other pro players in the Discord, they will tell you Max C at 3 is a must for any deck, regardless if you're playing a combo deck or not. That is a critical thing for all decks. You need to be playing Max C. So if you have the gems to do so, invest in the packs that gets you the Max C and build it. I highly recommend it. And so he ran Harpy into him because he ran into a lot of Eldritch. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Eldritch on this ladder for sure. Eldritch is a strong deck. I wouldn't say it's the best deck. I wouldn't even put it in tier 1 conversation, to be honest. But it's pesky. It's annoying. It does a lot, and it's slow. It's very slow. The last thing you want to do is play a combo deck and do a slow deck like that. But if you go first against the Eldritch deck, you should win 9 times out of 10. So we're going to get back into the tutorial here. We'll play some more duels. As you saw there, we went second against the Dragon Maid deck. Pretty strong. You want a link to this? Yes, I will send a link to the Moonraker list. If I were taking a look at Moonraker's list, the one change I would make immediately is to take out the Infinite Impermanences and put in Max C. That is my immediate change. All right, so we going first? No, we are not. We're going second, but we have the Droplet. We have the Ash. He's playing Burning Abyss. He's going to summon the Farface, but likely going to make Dante here, which means he has another Burning Abyss card in hand. Yep, there's the Graph. So he can't use the Farfa effect this turn because he special summoned it from the hand. But Graph, because he normal summoned it, he will be able to use the effect when it's sent to the grave as material. He's going to summon the Dante here. What does this do for us? He's going to mill 3 cards here, sending the Graph, sending the Graph as one of them. And what does he send? He sent the Phoenix Rhino Warrior, which will send another card. He's also sent the Libic, which will summon a Burning Abyss card from the hand. Sorry, a level 3 or lower Dark Fiend, which all the Burning Abyss are. Is he triggering the Libic here? No, we are not going to Ash any of that. We will save that for the Beatrice. Or we might just save the Ash entirely. So, Graph is going to summon here. So off the Phoenix Rhino Warrior, he sent the Seer. Seer will summon a Burning Abyss monster from the graveyard. What do I do for negates? You play the Droplets. You play the Droplets off the Max C. So the idea is your opponent's always going to be special summoning. That's how you assume to play this game. Your opponent's always going to be summoning, and it's so long as special summoning is a mechanic in this game, Max C will always and forever be a good card. So you have to play it at 3. It is the single most controversial card in this game, and it is also the best card in this game by a mile. Anybody you ask about Max C, it is the best card in the game. You have to play it. So the thought process is that you will always be drawing into the cards you need off the Max C is the thought process behind it. Because if you do your Max C correctly, you're going to draw at least 3 cards. Or sometimes just 1. But even the 1 is good enough. The whole point of this game is just card advantage. You can play the infinite impermanences, but to draw them off a max C with a full board does you no good. The Skarm effect in the end phase, that's fine. We're going to let that go through. He's got the Beatrice. This, once per turn, Foolish Burial, a card from the deck. We have the droplets to deal with it. Yeah, max C draw into your negate. See, if we had max C last turn, it would have been cracked. But we have a full hand. We've got plays. We're going to start by summoning the Turquoise Wobbler. I think droplets is needed at 3. You can get away with 2 if you're going to play other things like Dark Ruler No More, which is super rare. Think about playing Dark Ruler No More, guys. It is a super rare card. It does the same thing, but it also means you cannot OTK your opponent. Actually, Dark Ruler No More might be an ultra. I might have that wrong, but it does very similar things. I think they come in relatively similar packs as well. So on summon here, the Cobalt Sparrow will add a level 1 Winged Beast monster. What are we going to do here? We're going to search the Nerval. Nerval to hand. At the moment, he's got nothing. He's bluffing a card, and it's the Beatrice. The set card may be nothing. I think the set card is a Fire Lake. Shout out to cult leader Mike, his friend Anthony, who just turned 15 today. Happy birthday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Alright, so on summon, no effective Reset Starling. We don't want to boost any of his monsters. What is he doing right now? He's currently bluffing the Masquerena. That's fine. We're going to droplet here. Droplet, we're going to send the Ash Blossom. Controversial, I know. Will I have a chance against that deck? No. So we're going to send the droplet. Actually, we're going to send the... I think we play this differently. I think we play the Nerval. No, we send the Ash. So droplet here is for 2. Droplet is going to negate the IP Masquerena and the Beatrice. Because we sent a monster, he cannot respond with monster effects unless it's an Imperial Order, which it is not, because everything went through. He is now shit out of luck. So, Dante effect. Dante is going to add a Burning Abyss monster from deck to hand, from grave to hand. So he's going to add the Seer to hand. That is fine by us. We do not care for that. How does droplets work? Droplet says, on activation, send cards from your hand or field. Depending on which cards you send and how many, your opponent cannot activate cards in response to what you send. So if you send a trap card, your opponent cannot respond with a trap card. If you send a monster card, your opponent cannot respond to Droplet's activation with monster cards. It is one of the strongest cards in the game. He's got Solemn Strike. That's fine. So Solemn Strike here is going to negate the Recite Starling, and we've got the Nerval to continue our plays. That hurts, but it's not the end of the world. So, what are we going to do here? We're going to use Nerval effect. Nerval is going to... I'm expecting Solemn Strike. That is interesting. No, I don't think we fair cheat here. Actually, we... I think the better play, actually, is to go... I guess to go Doom Eagle. No. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go fair cheat. The thing is, we don't clear... We need to clear the Beatrice. That's the critical part of this right now. Clearing the... No, we leave the Beatrice on field. Yeah, we're going to leave the Beatrice on field. So we are going to summon... We're going to summon the Fair Sheet. You're right. You are right. We're going to summon the Fair Sheet. We're going to banish the Recite Starling, and we're going to banish the Warbler. Summon the Fair Sheet. He's got a response here. It's... And he's going to let that go through. So, why do we want to leave the Beatrice on field? Because it is not treated as a Burning Abyss monster, and we know he plays Burning Abyss. So, by leaving the Beatrice on field, he cannot summon Burning Abyss monsters from the hand. And if he does normal summon a Burning Abyss monster, it is popped immediately. So, Nerval effect, and then Ferrigite effect to chain block the Nerval. Because we want to make sure we get the Nerval search. He's got something here. I think it's the IP Masquerade. I think it's bluffing it. I think he's got the toggle on. We're adding Ash Blossom to hand. Unfortunately, we're going to put back the Ash Blossom because the Maxi is better. But Nerval's going to add the Fractal to hand for next turn. So, what do? We go battle phase. We clear the IP Masquerade. And then in the end phase, we are going to summon the Apex Avian. It's going to be an Omni Negate. So, that gives us an Omni Negate. It gives us Max C. Then we have the Fractal to follow up. And he cannot summon BA monsters because he is under the effect of Beatrice. Anytime he summons a BA monster, it will immediately be destroyed. So, Apex Avian's going to hit the field. Big beat stick. The Beatrice is back up to 25, but that's not a problem. 5 cards in hand, we know the Seer. Venus Rhino Warrior. Venus Rhino Warrior is really good. Venus Rhino Warrior says if you were to summon a Burning Abyss monster from your hand, it is not immediately destroyed. But what are we going to do? We're going to chain Max C. Because he's trying to summon a monster. We're going to draw cards here. So, we drew Nerval off the Max C. Now, he's not doing anything, which is the smart play to do. But at the same time, it's going to hurt him. And you guys will see why in just a second here. So, what are we going to do? We're going to start by normal summoning Nerval. Nerval effect. We're going to banish 3 cards here. Summon Doom Eagle. Doom Eagle effect. I'm going to put back a card. What are we going to put back? Put back the Fiendish Rhino Warrior. And we're going to summon Shurag. So Shurag will affect you to banish. Now, what are we going to banish? Well, if I were to banish anything, I think it would be to banish the... We're going to add the Karis to hand. I think we banished the Fiendish Rhino Warrior. What? Better to banish this. No, we're gonna leave the Beatrice on field for another turn. We're gonna pass on this. So again, still the Omni Negate. We have the Shurag on field. He still cannot summon BA monsters because he controls a face-up non-BA monster. So he's activating Libic. Libic is going to summon itself. It's going to be destroyed immediately, as it was. Now he's going to summon Seer. Seer's going to summon itself. It's going to destroy itself immediately. Oh, actually, it's not because he summoned it with the Libic. But anything else he summons here is going to be destroyed immediately. There's no out to this right now because he's locked into the Beatrice. His best play at this time is to link summon into another monster and hope he can do something with that. But he can't even go into the Burning Abyss Link monster because that requires 2 level 3 monsters. So right now he is shit out of luck. He's realizing he can't do anything. He would have to get rid of the Seer in order to do anything. And the Seer would have to summon back the Dante. It's the only play he can make right now that does not immediately result in his monster just being instantly destroyed when it hits the field. We're going to negate this. He's only got 1 card in hand. And bounce it back to hand. So what did he send? He sent Graph. He's going to be able to do something here. But not the end of the world. Still going to be able to play through this. He still cannot clear this thing. So he's summoning back the Dante. Dante has no material. So he's going to have to summon the Skarm. He's going to have to link this away. What is he going to link this into? I don't know, but it's not going to be enough. The battle phase is going to crash the Dante intentionally, or he's not going to. Probably the better play. He would have taken a lot of damage. He would have put himself in lethal range for next turn, which we have. So he's going to Exceed into Downer Magician. He did not attack, so he cannot Zeus. And he's just realized that. So here's the play for next turn. We're going to start by normal summoning Fractal. We're going to try to use Fractal's effect. If Fractal's effect goes through, we're going to summon. We're going to summon Shurag. Shurag on summon will banish the back row, and then we swing for game. That's why we play the second Shurag. I know a lot of people have been like, oh, why are you playing the second Shurag? This is why. We can also even do it this way. We can go Nerval effect. We can go Nerval effect, summon. Nerval's going to use its effect. It's going to banish 2 cards. So what do we do? We're going to summon boom, boom. Okay? Double Dragon Lords. Beast Warrior card. Now there's a lot we can do right here. Shurag is going to trigger. Shurag is going to banish, and he's going to scoop. Don't play BA. It was a really good deck. It's decent in Duel Links. It is outclassed in today's meta. There was a time and a place where it was the best deck ever made. It is no longer the case. No problem, Next Doko. Yes, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Sky Striker. Going over those combos, because I know a lot of people are hyped about that deck. They know that deck's power. That deck was the best deck for the longest time. It's still a very strong deck. It has been nerfed, though, quite a bit. So we're going to try this again. We're going to do a couple more games, then we're going to call it quits for the night. Probably quit in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Probably around 11, we're going to be call it a night. But you guys are starting to see the power of this. You do a full combo. Even if they break it, it still has to follow for next turn. Better than the Moody list. I think so. I think that's fine. I don't play a trap heavy build because I play to go first. So we know we're playing against Drytron. He's playing Preparation of Rites. He has to play into the Max C. So watch this. He's going to commit to special summoning a monster. Cyber Emergency is going to add the Alpha. Alpha on add is going to be met immediately with Max C. So, gonna go alpha effect. He's gonna send a monster from the hand. Yep, here goes the alpha. Alpha, what is he sending from hand? Sending Ben 10. Chain Max C. We're now gonna draw some cards. Be playing under Max C the entire turn. He's got something that's chainable. It's Ash Blossom. We're in trouble. Drytron deck is incredibly strong. I think the Drytron deck is being slept on a lot. I think this deck is crazy. It doesn't have the hits that the TCG has, but it also does not have the end board potential that the TCG version has either. So, Ben 10 here is going to add Diviner if he's playing this right. Yup, there's the Diviner to the Herald. What he should do here is normal summon Diviner. Diviner effect will send Herald of the Arclight to the graveyard. I think Dragon Maid is complicated, personally. You can play that, though. It's not bad. If you want a deck that's pretty mind-numbingly simple, I think it's Eldritch. I think it's Eldritch or I think it's Salamangreat, both of which I can teach you how to play. You can also play Adamancipator. I don't think Adamancipator is great, though. Adamancipator is a lot of, it's like doing math. It's a lot of guess and check. You're not guaranteed to make the plays you want to because you have to excavate the top 5 cards of your deck every time you do something. So, what is he doing here? He is ritual summoning. He's summoning the Cyber Angel Ben 10. He's going to make Beatrice here because they're both level 6 because the Diviner sends and then gains the level of the card it just sent. So, what is he going to do? He's going to send the Gamma here. The Drytron Gamma. Or the Zeta. Zeta's going to pitch a ritual or a Drytron monster from the hand, special summon itself from the graveyard or hand. So he's summoning from the graveyard. On summon, it will add the Drytron ritual spell or a ritual spell from the deck. But he's not doing that because he has it in the graveyard already and he's got one in hand. So he's going to use Ben 10 effect. Ben 10 is going to grab a fairy monster from the deck. He can't summon Vanity's Ruler on us. A couple games ago, you guys saw I lost to Vanity's Ruler. That will not happen this time. What's going to happen this time is Ben 10 is probably going to search Eva. Eva will then grab him Herald of the Orange Light. He's actually going a step further. He's adding the Herald of Orange Light now. So what he's going to do is this. He's going to activate Drytron Meteos to graveyard. And what he's going to do is he's going to target the Zeta. Zeta's going to minus 1,000 attack. He's going to add back the Meteonos, and Meteos is going to activate to summon a ritual monster from the hand. But he's going to have to send a monster with at least 2,000 or more attack to activate it. So at the moment, he's realizing, crap, I can't do anything. And he fucked up. He misplayed. So what do we do now? We win. We know he's got the Herald of Orange Light in hand. He's still going to send the Beatrice to gain the Eva and another Herald of Orange Light. So Eva's going to send. It's going to banish 2 fairy monsters in the graveyard with different names. He's going to add 2 level 2 or lower light fairy monsters. Likely means he's going to add 2 Herald of the Orange Light. But instead, he's just adding a single Diviner and a single Orange Light. So we know he has 2 negates in hand. What does that mean for us? It means we're fine. So, off the rip, we're going to Bird Call. Warbler. Now, what do we do here? We use Cobalt Sparrow's effect. Cobalt Sparrow effect on summon, add a level 1 Winged Beast monster. He's going to negate this. If he doesn't, he's a fool. He didn't negate it. Crazy. Okay. We win then. So, what do we do now? We're going to add Swallow to hand. Swallow's going to trigger. I'm baffled. I'm actually baffled. He's holding his negates. So, now what? Simple. We are going to go and summon the Assembled Nightingale. We're going to make Zeus. We're going to threaten him with Zeus. And there's going to be nothing he can do about it. We're going to threaten him with Zeus, and then we're going to follow up by making the Simorg in our turn to then negate everything for the following turn. So we're going to go battle phase. Attack the opponent directly. We don't need to clear the Zeta. The Zeta is going to die with the Zeus. Yes, attack the opponent directly. He's going to take 600 2 more times. Then we're going to summon Zeus. He's going to have to respond to the Zeus. We're going to make him send everything from his hand to the graveyard to respond to the Zeus. What do we do now? We go Downer Magician. Summon the Downer Magician on top of the Zeus. Now remember, we have not normal summon. We also have not activated this Pot of Desires. Our hand is still very much killer. So we're going to summon the Zeus. Summon the Zeus in defense. On summon, threaten with the Zeus. He's going to have to respond immediately. We're going to lose the Zeus. That's not the problem. Problem is he's going to lose everything else with it. So, Zeus goes through. Chaining the Herald of Orange Light. He's going to have to pitch another fairy monster from the hand. He's going to pitch the Herald of Perfection, thinking that he can get it back next turn. What do? We chain Zeus again. Bye-bye. What is he going to do? He's going to chain the Orange Light again. Or maybe he's not. He's smarter than I thought he was. Zeus goes through, we lose Zeus. That's fine. What do we do now? We go activate Pot of Desires. Ashen Barrel Canary. This hand just got crazy. So, what do? We normal summon Nerval. Nerval effective banish. Summon the Simorgling. This is likely going to be met with a negate from the Orange Light. So, what are we going to do? We're only going to banish 2. We're going to banish the Warbler. Actually, no, we're not going to banish the Warbler. We're going to banish the Nightingale, and we're going to banish this Sapphire Swallow. This is going to be met with the Orange Light here. Nerval will then search us another Tri-Brigade monster, and he's deciding not to do that. He is an absolute madman. So, here we're going to get the Nerval effect, because we're sending it to the graveyard, and we're going to be able to chain block it. So, some Morg effect on summon does nothing. But we're going to go Nerval, then Fair Sheet effect. The Pot of Desires in our hand is dead. We don't need it anymore. Likely what we're going to do is we're going to search the Karis if we didn't banish it. We check. We didn't. 1 for 1. Our hand just got crazy again. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the 1 for 1 back. We don't need it. Nerval to hand. Add Karis. A lot of craziness that's still going on here. You look at our graveyard. There's a lot we can still banish and still have plays. So, Karis effect. We're going to pitch the Pot of Desires. I clicked the wrong card. Fuck. Ugh, shit. It's alright. It's alright. I clicked the wrong card. Alright, we're going to make the Appaloosa. Because I screwed this up. I'm going to banish 3 cards. I'm going to banish the Cobalt Sparrow, the Nerval, and the... Doomeagle to the field. Summon the Appaloosa. It's only going to be 2 material Appaloosa. But he cannot play through this. We're going to have a Omni Negate and Ash Blossom, and all he has is the Herald of Orange Light in his hand and a Diviner. He's letting this go through. He's actually crazy. There's no way he plays through this, guys. And then we have Pot of Desires for next turn, even though we screwed up. We're fine. There's 4 negates. Diviner on summon. Gonna be met immediately with an Appaloosa. Oh, you can only summon this. Okay, so I didn't mess up then. Okay. I thought you could just discard anything. Discard 1 other. Okay. Alright. My misplay then. Orange Light. Chainlink 3. We're going to Apex Avian here. So we still have the Appaloosa negate. So Morg will summon something in the end phase as well. What did he send his cost? He sent the other diviner from his hand. And he scoops. I hope you guys are starting to see the pattern here. Once you get set up, it is so tough to lose with this deck. Even when you screw up the combo like me because you don't read your cards well enough, this deck is still crazy. I will send you one, Elamot. Elamot, message me on Discord. I'm under the same username as I am on Twitch. Search Charmander. You can also find me under the pro players on the right-hand side of the Master Duel Discord. If you guys need an invite to the Master Duel Discord, I can send you one right now as well. Free to join. Largest community for Master Duel online right now. Feel free to join that. So, what do we do here? We've got Bird Call. I think so. I think they're, no offense, I think they're glue-eating decks. I think they are glue-eating decks. That doesn't mean that they're bad decks. I just think that they are not great. I really do not think they're great decks. But you may find you enjoy them. I personally do not. So, what we do here, off the Bird Call, we summon the Turquoise Warbler. Turquoise Warbler on summon will summon a level 1 or lower Wing Beast monster from the hand. We will summon the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow will search us a level 1 or lower Wing Beast monster. A level 1 Wing Beast monster. We're going to grab the Nerval here. Now what? I'm going to Recite Starling. Recite Starling on summon will target a monster. It will gain attack times 300 equal to the number of monsters used as material. We're not going to target anything. There's no reason to. So what we're just going to do is we're going to detach. We're going to detach the Cobalt Sparrow. We're going to add a level 1 or lower Wing Beast monster. Sorry, just a level 1 monster, not level 1 or lower. We're going to add Barrel Canary to hand. Now, we're going to use Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow, if you control a Wing Beast monster, special summon both this card and a level 1 Wing Beast monster. We're going to summon the Tri-Brigade Nerval. I'm going to use both of those monsters. We're going to summon Utopia Draco. Well, we're going to summon another Recite Starling. Recite Starling effect, detaching the Nerval and adding another level 1 monster. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a level 1 DD Crow. Do we want the DD Crow? No, we're gonna add Nerval to hand. We're gonna add Nerval to hand again. And now Recite so because we set the Nerval off the Recite Starling, Nerval hit graveyard will add a Tri-Brigade monster from deck to hand. We're gonna add the Karis. What do we do here? 2 monsters with the same rank. That's the summoning conditions for F-Zero. F-Zero, use 2 monsters with the same rank, special summon itself. Then, on top of the F-Zero, you can summon number F-Zero, Utopia Draco Future. It is a monster negate anywhere. It also cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. It is a crazy first turn play. It is a big beat stick. It is 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense. And it says negate a monster. If that monster effect that you negate is on field, you take control of the monster. So, now what? Normal summon Tri-Brigade Nerval. Nerval's effect will trigger. You will then banish 2 cards, summon Ferjit. So we're going to banish the Nerval, and we're going to banish the Swallow. Boom, boom. We're going to summon Tri-Brigade Ferjit, the Baron Blossom. Now, where do we go from here? We're going to use Ferjit's effect. We're going to summon Karis from the hand. This way we don't have to pitch a card later, because we may actually want to keep what we draw off the Ferjit here. So, we're going to go link 3 into the Simorg link. Now, probably said to yourself, Hey Charmander, why did you summon Draco Future first? Because this protects you from the hand traps. This protects you especially from Nibiru. Your whole board is susceptible to Nibiru after you summon this card. Actually, it's susceptible before you summon it. We're putting back the Ash Blossom. Now, we want a Karis effect here. We're going to have full combo. We're going to have the perfect hand here, guys. So, what are we going to do? We're going to banish the Ferjit, and we're going to banish the Nerval. We're going to summon double Dragon Lords. Boom. Feral Canary effect. Feral Canary is going to target a level 1 or lower monster in the graveyard. It's going to special summon itself and the level 1. We are now locked into Exceed. We are going to summon Lyrilusc Ensemble Blue Robin. This monster will be a compulsory evacuation device for special summon monsters. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can use the effect, bounce it back to the hand. And that's up to the number of materials you have each turn. So, you detach the material, you bounce it. They do it again, you detach another material, you bounce it. We don't want to activate Pot of Desires right here because then we run the risk of banishing this some more. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass. What does this give us? This gives us 2 monster negates. Well, it gives us a monster negate. It gives us an Omni negate with the Apex Avian that we're about to summon off the Simorg. It's also going to give us 3 bounces. We're going to have the Ancient Warrior's Oath double Dragon Lords, which can target any face-up card on the field, return to the hand. And then 2 Ensemble Blue. Plus the Ash Blossom. There's realistically should be no way the opponent can play through this. So, Ashoka is looking at this. He's saying, how do I beat this? He doesn't. The only way he beats this, guys, is if he opened a combination of 3 cards. Droplet, Dark Ruler No More, and Lightning Storm. It's the only way he beats this. The 2-card combo just to beat this. And then he's still going to play into an Ash. But he's setting 5 cards. That's trouble for us. We have the Apex Avian. We can sort of deal with this. And we're going to deal with it right now as well. So, what do? We can link summon if we want to. Do we summon the Shurag? Probably not. But we could if we want to start picking this apart. So, what we're going to do, we're going to Bird Call. We're going to see what he has first. What the hell is this? We don't care. But we're going to chain the Ancient Dragon Lords. Then the Bird Call. Deal with this. Probably didn't have to do that. But does it do anything to the Pot of Desires we just activated? Actually, it makes it so we can't respond. The Pot of Desires on field. We want to add the Feral Canary. Sorry, not the Pot of Desires, the Bird Call. Now we got the Pot of Desires. My gut feeling says that we just attack directly. We have an Omni Negate and the Apex Avian. So if he's got the Mirror Force, which I don't think he does, because who's playing Mirror Force in 2022? Got the Dimension Wall. When your opponent activates an attack, you take no battle damage you would have taken from this battle. Sure. We take it instead. That's fine. Utopia Draco Future attack directly. Magic Cylinder. Are we joking? Sure, we'll take it. Ensemble Blue will attack directly. Alright, we dealt with all of his battle traps. And we're going to activate Pot of Desires just to make sure that we have an assurance plan. We already know he's got no responses. We draw another Ash. Awesome. We're going to pass on this. We still have an Omni Negate. And a Monster Negate. We also have a Bounce. Love the 2 bounces. We're setting in cruise control. Next turn, what do? We make Zeus. Anything, we just make Zeus and win that way. That's fine. He summons the Time Lord. We're going to bounce the Time Lord. Get rid of the Karis. Get rid of the Time Lord. Not dealing with that crap today. Please scoop. Celestial Transformation. We're going to negate that. If he summons a monster again, we have the Ensemble Blue to protect us. The Apex Avian will come back because the Samort can summon from both the deck and the hand. Witch's Strike. That's fine. Ensemble Blue will trigger. Ensemble Blue will add the Barrel Canary back to hand. What does this do for us? This means we make Zeus next turn and we win. It's got to set a card. Draw for turn. Turquoise Warbler. That's fine. So what do we do here? We go Barrel Canary effect. We're going to target the Cobalt Sparrow. Special summon both. Cobalt Sparrow effect on summon. We'll add a level 1 monster from the deck. We're going to add the last Nervall in the deck. Another insurance plan. So, now what? Well, we do this. We see monsters on field. We cannot link summon because we use the Barrel Canary. But what we're going to do is we're going to summon Nightingale. Nightingale's going to attack for a lot. It's going to attack twice for 800. Sorry, twice for 400. So it's going to attack for 800 total. It's going to leave him at 700. We're going to go battle phase. We're going to Nightingale and then Zeus. If he has nothing here. I don't think he has anything. Nope, he's got nothing. So we're going to leave him at 100 life points. Got something that's activatable. Got Soul Levy. That we don't care about. We know this card is nothing because he didn't activate it last turn. So we're attacking directly for game. Got nothing. If he had something on the Nightingale summon, what do? We stop. Go main phase 2, summon Zeus. Nuke the board. You nuke the board and then you have cards for the following turn and you still have the Zeus. So I hope that shows again. Best in the Zeus. If you have a deck that can make Zeus, prioritize getting the Zeus with your craftable cards or digging for them. So, I love this deck too. So, we're going second here. Our hand is what a lot of the pros call total gas. He's starting by having to do the Fractal. Yep, so you play Avian to protect yourself from the board wipes. Or what may be deemed the responses. So the barrier statue is good, right? But it doesn't interact with your opponent. So the reason why you play the barriers, the reason why you play the Apex Avian is because it interacts with what your opponent has. So if you know you're not going up against a deck that deals with, for instance, so for instance, and a lot of it has to do with the thought process that I'm currently playing with, which is I'm a meta player in the actual TCG. The two best decks in the format right now are this and Sword Soul. Sword Soul does not care about the barrier statue because it has wind monsters that it can summon to play through your board, right? So you play Apex Avian because you counter that. But Apex Avian as a whole is generally stronger because it can negate anything. It can negate anything and it keeps coming back. Whereas once the barrier statue is destroyed, it's done for. It's gone. And there's ways, and the barrier statue is not particularly big. It's only 1,000 attack and defense. You can normal summon a monster and beat over it, and then continue to play through it. So it's kind of meh. It's good if you're on a budget. I don't discount that. It is good if you are on a budget and you don't have the crafting materials to make the Apex Avian. In real life, Apex Avian is like $1, $2 card. So a lot of people play Apex Avian over the wind barrier statue. A lot of people IRL also play both because it is very situational. So here we are playing against pure Tri-Brigade. It's a very interesting mid-range deck here, I think is the pure version. What's going to happen is he's going to get the Revolt. We don't care. He's going to Shurag us during our turn. We don't care. So, here he is summoning Appaloosa. It's going to be 3-mana Appaloosa. We're going to check and see what he's got in his graveyard. Not a whole lot, but he's got banished. Quite a bit. Okay. So, we're going to say that's fine. So he's searching the Revolt. He has to put a card back on the bottom of his deck. I wonder what that card is. I think it's Revolt. I think this is the Revolt, and I think this is the other. So, how do we play through this, guys? Quite simple. We just top deck droplets. So, he's going to Revolt us during our turn. What do we do in response to that? Not a whole lot. He's thinking about just doing it right now, which is dumb. Which means he has his toggle on, so we're going to put ours on. All right, so combo start, Turquoise Warbler. Turquoise Warbler effect, summon itself, summon one from the hand. He's probably going to try to negate here with the Appaloosa. We say that's fine. Yeah, Appaloosa negate. Thank you very much, Ferdy. So, what we're going to do here, we're going to send Sapphire Swallow. Actually, no, we don't want to send the Sapphire Swallow. We want to send the GD Crow. We're going to send the GD Crow to negate the Appaloosa. Appaloosa is not only going to get negated here, but it's also going to have its attack halved. Now, for those who are unaware about how Forbidden Droplet works, it halves the attack first and then negates. So Appaloosa is now locked at 1200. We're going to summon the Sapphire Swallow here. We're not going to get a whole lot of this, but we know he still has the Revolt. The Revolt at any moment could activate, summon a Shurag from the extra deck. So how do we play around that? Well, we could play around it using the Nightingale. We don't want to do that, though. What I think is the best play right now is to normal summon the Nerval. I think it's normal summon the Nerval. It forces him now to have to do it. Because if we go into the Recite Starling, and he misplayed. If we commit to the Recite Starling play right now, sure, we can't Draco Future, right? But what do we get out of this? We get the pressure of having the Nerval on hand on field live for the rest of this turn. So at any moment now, we can now pressure him with our own Shurag. We don't want to use the effect of Recite Starling. We're passing it back to him. He's going to have to Revolt here because that's his only play. So Recite Starling is going to send everything. Sorry. This likely here is either going to send the Recite Starling or it's going to send the Nerval. It does not matter which he sends. He's going to summon out the Nerval. He's going to summon out the Kit. He's going to summon the Fractal. He's going to summon the Rugal. He's summoning Shurag here. Shurag on summon. Banish a card that your opponent controls. And he's going to chain block the Nerval. So he's going to chain block the Shurag here, first of all. We're not going to be able to respond to the Shurag because we have nothing first of all, too. But he's chain blocking. So he's going to go Chainlink 1 Shurag, Chainlink 2 Nerval, Chainlink 3 Kit to dump from the deck. Kit will likely send the Rendezvous if he plays the Rendezvous. Or it will send something else. The Rugal will also trigger to minus everything by 1,000 that we control. Oh no, all battle damage you take. So, all of our monsters are 0 attack now. Doesn't make a difference. But he chain blocked. He chain blocked the Kit. He chain blocked everything. What did he send off the Kit? He sent the Fractal. Now, here's where he made the mistake. He did not banish the Nerval. He should have banished the Nerval. Because now we have a live Nerval. So, what do we do here? We look at our extra deck. We got a lot going for us. We have a real lot going for us. So, what I think the best play is right now, I think, is to summon out our own Shurag as quickly as we can. We look at our graveyard. We've got 3 material in graveyard. We can summon Doom Eagle. What does Doom Eagle do for us? Doom Eagle puts a card back from his graveyard into the deck. We don't want to do that. So we're just going to link that straight into his Shurag. Banish his Shurag. I will send the Discord after. So, I'm going to go back here. We're going to banish 3 cards. Boom, boom, boom. He's got a response. Or so he thinks. We're going to summon Doom Eagle. No effect to Doom Eagle. Summon Shurag. And we're going to chain block the Shurag with the Nerval. So, Shurag effect first. We don't have to declare what we're banishing. That's the craziest part about all this. He's got something that he can chain here. That's fine. Likely Appaloosa. It's a bluff. Or he's just got the toggle on for something. But the priority right now is banishing the Shurag that he has on the field. That is the priority. And then we clear the Appaloosa. We then summon Karis. Karis will try to use its effect to climb into Samorg. Or the Double Dragon Lords. Likely the Double Dragon Lords. He's got the Skullmeister, so he's actually going to negate the Nerval. In reality, we should have played it the other way. I didn't think that people were playing Skullmeister. This is a really off-meta pick of a card, guys. But it's fine. So we're actually going to change our play here. Still going to banish the Shurag. And what does he have in hand? What did he add off the Nerval that he did earlier? He added Kit. So he's got plays for next turn. But so do we. Battle phase. Boom. Right over the Appaloosa. Swing for a hefty 1800. If he clears the Shurag with anything but a Shurag, you know, if he destroys by battle or so, destroys it, we get a search. In phase 2. Got nothing else. Passing back to him. We know he has the Kit in hand. We've got just the little Sapphire Swallow. But if we draw another bird, this immediately becomes live. Standby phase. We've got nothing. He's got nothing. We know he's got the Kit. He's going to normal summon the Kit. Try to use the Kit effect. His best bet is to summon another Shurag and clear this. And clear our Shurag. That's his best bet. But the question is, does he play another Shurag? He may be a budget player. He may not have another Shurag. He may have 2. He may not. He plays another Shurag. Good for him. If you're looking for a good deck that's mid-tier and plays a really strong control game, pick up regular Tri-Brigade. When it gets in a slow game mode like this, a slow pace, it is so formidable. And you can play hand traps in it if you feel comfortable like you want to play hand traps. So, I know I said earlier that there's a couple decks out there that I think you can play if you have Soup for Brains. I think Eldritch is one of them. I think Eldritch is the deck if you have Soup for Brains. But if you're wanting a deck that has a little bit of, you know, combo and problem solving, this is a really good deck. It's just pure Tri-Brigade to pick up. If you're looking for, like I said, a high velocity meta deck that's crazy strong the moment you draw your first hand, it's this deck. The deck that I'm currently playing right now. Which is why I'm doing these combo videos for you guys. These gameplay. So you can see how this is going. Now, I have not had the best luck tonight. Normally, I'd have better luck. This guy is open really strong. It's been tough to play through this. He's thinking about what to do. His reality is he should just swing for 3,700 and pass. All right, so he's stream sniping. He heard me. He's going to swing for 37. So he's going to summon the Almirage because he doesn't want us to destroy anything. But the reality is we're not going to destroy anything. This deck doesn't destroy. There's no card in this deck that says destroy. At least in the extra deck. Everything says either send or banish. So, what do we draw for turn? Top deck here can totally change everything. Does not. Does not change much for us. We don't have a lot going for us. We actually can't do anything. This sucks. We take another hit. Question. We sent to Nerval? No, we lose here. So, because he had the Revolt and he had the full combo, it's tough to play into it. We didn't have the best hand. We did our best. So we're going to concede there. We're going to keep going. So, again, like I said, if I were to rank this right now, I'm going to put it in the chat. What I think is the best 2 decks. I think the tier 1 decks. I think it's the Lyrilusc deck. Tri-Brigade combo. I think it's Virtual World. We have not played against the Virtual World deck tonight. Or to put tier 2. I think it's Sky Striker. IDS. Dragon Link. And Drytron. Those are the decks I think you should be focusing on. So, we don't have a great hand here. This is actually one of those hands where maybe Almirage would be good. But Almirage doesn't do anything for us here either. So, what are we going to do? We're going to set Kit and pass. We've got the Maxi. If he hits the Kit, we set Nerval, add a Fractal to hand. These kind of hands do happen, people. You watch the TCG, you watch the YCS from last week. There were a lot of times where the Tri-Brigade deck... I think Phantom Knights is a joke. I genuinely think Phantom Knights is a joke deck. I think Prank Kids is also a joke deck. I think they're tier 2. I think those are tier 2 decks. I do not think they're tier 1. And the reason why I say that, Jetski, is because they are missing their win conditions. The best 2 cards that... Well, sorry. So the best card that... for starters, the Phantom Knight deck can play is either the Dragoon or the DPE, and it does not have access to it. So your end board right now is just like Dark Exceed Turbo, which is not very good. You can make the VFD, but that combo is so fragile, it's not worth playing. And then there's also, in the Prank Kid deck, the fact that you have to play under Maxi and Nibiru. So he sent the Kit. Kit here is going to send the Nerval. Nerval's going to add Fractal to hand. He screwed up. He also played into Maxi. He gave us 2 draws. If you notice, these draws are really good. We got more draw power, and we got the best card in the deck, the Bird Call. Well, I mean, the best card in the main deck. So, Stealth Kraken, what does it do? All face-up monsters on the field become water. Once per turn during the main phase, you can destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls. And if you do, inflict damage equal to half its attack on field. Not really a problem. Top deck to 1-for-1. This got even better. So, what do we do here? We're going to 1-for-1. Sending the Cobalt Sparrow. On the resolution of 1-for-1, we're going to summon Warbler. Warbler on summon will summon the Cobalt Sparrow from the graveyard, adding a level 1 Wing Beast monster from deck to hand. Oh, actually no, because we didn't summon this from the hand. Christ. Screwing up left and right tonight. Alright. Scratch that. Bird Call. Sorry, guys. Late. It's going to Stealth Kraken here. Going to pop our Turquoise Warbler. Don't know why. Kind of crazy. Doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Because now we get Turquoise Warbler from our actual hand. He just enabled our whole combo. Why would you do that? Best summon a monster? Hell no. So, now, Turquoise Warbler. Turquoise Warbler effect on summon because we summoned it from the hand this time, not the last time when I didn't summon it from the hand, right? Now we can summon the Cobalt Sparrow and add the Nerval from deck to hand. So, Cobalt Sparrow effect, add Nerval. Got nothing here. This is once per turn. He's screwed. So, Nerval to hand. Alright, where do we go from here? Simple. Like we've always done. Recite Starling. This is your primary first move after you have 2 monsters on the field. Is summon Recite Starling. Recite Starling on summon. We do not use the effect. We do not want to boost his Stealth Kraken. But what we do want to do is we want to detach the Cobalt Sparrow. We want to add a level 1 Winged Beast monster. We're going to add the Sparrow here. Sorry, Swallow. The Sapphire Swallow. Swallow is going to summon itself and the Nerval simultaneously by its effect. Now, we want to play this the right way. We've got a graveyard full of birds. Nerval's effect will trigger. Nerval will now summon by banishing the Kit and the Nerval. We're going to summon the Ferjit. Why do we do this? Because we're going to do Wagtail. We're going to search the Wagtail off of the Recite Starling that we're about to summon. So, Nerval, Sapphire Swallow. We've already used the Nerval effect this turn. Actually, no, we did not use the Nerval effect to search. So what do we do? We're going to summon the Recite Starling. No effect to the Recite Starling. Effect, detach the Nerval. Now, we're going to go +2. So the Recite Starling is going to search. The Recite Starling is going to add the Wagtail to hand. I decide what card to banish. You don't want to banish your little birds because you need to. So the thought process, Lithgow, is you want to always have at least one little non-exceed bird in your graveyard so that you can resolve the Barrel Canary. So you want to have the you want to keep the Wagtail in your graveyard guaranteed, right? But you want to keep, like, say, at least one Turquoise Warbler or one Cobalt Sparrow. You want to prioritize banishing the Tri-Brigade monsters first off of the Tri-Brigade monster effects. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Berjeet. We're going to summon the Wagtail. Wagtail on summon will grab us the bird call for next turn. So we have follow-up for next turn. We also have the Pot of Desires. We're going to draw a lot of cards here. This is going to be crazy. He doesn't know what's going to happen. All right. So we're going to do F-Zero, Utopic Draco Future. We're going to banish. Not banish. Detach, both. Special summon over. Draco Future hits the field. We don't care about this one. We care about the Utopic Draco Future that summons on top of it. Remember, it's a monster negate anywhere. It's also a 3000 beat stick that cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. It's really good. This is your ideal first turn play. Obviously, we are in turn 3. But we're doing the combo again because this guy doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what hit him. Now we're going to Simorg using the Ferjit and the Wagtail. Boom. Ferjit effect. I'm going to draw a card. We're going to see if we want to keep it. Ooh, Ash Blossom. That's really good. We're actually going to put back the Pot of Desires because we don't want to banish the Apex Avian that's in the deck. So where do we go from here? Well, we go Karis. Karis, send the Fractal from grave to hand. Sorry, from hand to grave. We're going to summon the Karis in the right spot this time. I'm not screwing this up. Summon the Karis right there. Karis effect. We're going to banish 2 monsters, summon the double Dragon Lords. So we're going to banish the Ferjit and the Fractal. Like I just said to Lithgow and Jetski. Sorry, to Lithgow. You want to prioritize banishing the Tri-Brigade monsters because they do not come back. Because we are not playing the Revolt. But if you are playing the Revolt, they do come back. But in our build, we're not. So now we're going to do Barrel Canary. Barrel Canary will target the Sapphire Swallow. Why are we choosing the Sapphire Swallow here? Well, when Sapphire Swallow is used for Exceed material, you can target another card in the graveyard and attach it as material to the Exceed monster. So we're going to summon the Ensemble Blue. This is full combo, guys. This is the full powered combo. This is what we've been talking about since the beginning, and we did this on turn 3. Also, we're not playing against a particularly good deck, which is why we're able to do this. So now we're going to do Wagtail. Wagtail, target. So, let's go to the Ensemble Blue. Ensemble Blue has 3 Compulses now. Crazy. So we have a bounce in the Double Dragon Lord. We have 3 bounces in the Ensemble Blue. We have a negate. We're going to get the Apex Avian. We've got Maxi and the Ash Blossom in hand. What do we do right now? We're going to go battle phase. We're going to get rid of the Stealth Kraken. And here's how we're going to do it. So we're going to swing over with the Utopic Draco Future. Excuse me. Now, he's going to activate the Stealth Kraken effect in Graveyard. We're going to negate it with the Draco Future. We don't want him getting advantage on us. So we're going to detach. Now, we only have 2 negates total left. Once per turn, negate. Stealth Kraken, we know what to deal with. What do we do now? We swing. We just keep swinging. We can lethal him this turn. Actually, we can't. We're just shy. We're 200 shy. But, gonna have 200 life points. He's gonna play through our penultimate board. Right? This is the best board that you can make in this deck. So, end phase. What do we do? Summon the Apex Avian. It can't be targeted. He cannot target with card effects any of the monster on the right side of the field. So, the Apex Avian cannot be targeted. The Ensemble Blue cannot be targeted. This can actually be targeted, but we don't care. And the Samor can be targeted because the Double Dragon Lords can send itself. So, these 3 cards right here. The Samorg, the Ensemble Blue, the Apex Avian cannot be targeted. This is an Omni Negate, the Apex Avian. Draco Future is a monster negate. Negate anything. Any monster effect. Once per turn. And then again, the Ensemble Blue. Your opponent special summons a monster. Bounce it back to the hand or extra deck. Crazy. We also have the Maxi to draw cards in the case your opponent starts special summoning monsters. And we have the Ash Blossom as an insurance policy as well. This is the board. This is the deck. This is the board that makes this deck what I think the best deck in the game. Right now. There's not much you can do here. There are 8 degrees of interaction on the field right now. Smash and ground. You know what's funny about this? We have to negate. We actually don't care. So we're going to negate this so we can keep the Apex Avian, which is fine. So, that gets negated. We still have 7 degrees of interaction on the field. We've got 5 on the field. We've got 2 in the hand. There's 5 cards left in his hand. Think about it that way. We have an interaction for nearly everything he has in his hand. There's no way he can play through this unless right now he activates Droplets or Dark Luna more. White Mirror. Target 1 level 4 or lower. Special summon it. Then if you... So he's going to target the Stealth Kraken. What do? We're going to chain Max... Oh, actually going to target the Buzzsaw. We're going to chain Max C. We're drawing a card here. You see again why we play Max C? When Max C resolves, you gain so much card advantage. We're going to have more cards in our hand just from this one play right now than he has, period. So, he summons the Buzzsaw Shark. We draw a card. Yes. Yes, so Jet Ski, you can summon the Reside Starling and keep crashing into them as well. I haven't been playing that way because I'm playing this purely for the combo. So, what do we do now? He summoned the Buzzsaw Shark. We're going to Ensemble Blue this back to the hand. Why are we doing that? Because it forces him to have to normal summon a monster. He can't just Buzzsaw, summon a monster from the deck, go into Totally Awesome. Or go into a rank 4 monster that would somehow clear this like Exciton Knight. And best of all, we drew another Ash. So, again, just endless insurance with the Max C. That's why you play it. Eventually, we will draw into everything else we need from the deck. Think about all the other cards. We have 10 cards in the graveyard, 4 banished. There's still 21 cards in this deck that we can use with the remainder of our extra deck, which is the 2 Shurags, the Appaloosa, the Doom Eagle, and we still have the Zeus and the Nightingale. The deck is still totally strong and going, and he's got nothing. He's got 5. We saw him summon the Buzzsaw Shark. NBD. What do we do now? We're going to Draco. We're going to bounce this again. He's now out of normal summons. The only way he can continue to play is through special summons. So we're going to use this. So, there you go. Again, we're just toying with him at this point. No, you only play one Metroid Man. Only one. He's setting 3 cards. He's desperate. So in the end phase, Samorg triggers again. We still have the Apex Avian in hand because we bounced it back by its effect. So where's it? What's going to happen now? It's coming right back on the field. Boom. We now have an Omni negate for his turn once again. And he scoops. He can't play. We're drawing into Tenki. This deck is crazy. That is the full power of this deck. That is what this deck is intended to do. It is to make a totally unbreakable board. As you saw, our opponent decided, I can't play through this. I'm quitting. So we're going to play one more, and then we're going to call it quits for the night. But I hope this was informative for you guys. Please let me know in the chat if you thought this was. Like I said, I'm going to post these as videos on demand. You can watch them on my Twitch channel whenever you so choose. And again, I'm talking through not only what I'm doing, but also what I see the opponent doing. As someone who has topped real-life events in the last 2 years, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of this. You can ask some of the other top players who are in the chat. You know, you message somebody like High Speed GG, who's also labeled as a pro player. He will tell you a lot of things that I'm saying are really accurate. They are what the pro players think when they sit there. And if you guys want to get better, it starts by understanding not only what your own deck does, but also what the deck you're playing against does. Now here, we're playing into the mirror match. Uh-oh. This is going to be scary. We don't have a good hand to play against this. So, he's got full combo. We should be scared. We're going to be really scared, honestly. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants, and we have nothing we can do about it. and now you're going to see why when we've played against people and we built this board, we scoop immediately. We're going to sit here and watch this because I have full faith that he's going to do exactly to us what we just did to the opponent. And that's exactly why I think you should consider playing this deck if you feel that you have the comprehension of it, or if you have the resources to build it. At the very least, I think you should build this deck at some point and hold on to it. In the event that there's a ban list, or if it gets suddenly just too good not to play, you should have it as a fallback plan for what you intend to play all the time, always. So what I like to do in real life is I keep a deck that I think is unbeatable, right? Right now, I just did very well in the last Remote Duel YCS, which is the biggest event of the last 2 months, right? I got 15th place out of 222 people. 2,022 people. 2,200 people. Sorry, I cannot talk. You can look it up. All right? I played Sword Soul. I think Sword Soul is crazy. But what do? I have another deck on the side in case something happens to Sword Soul, or in case I just don't feel like playing it. But it keeps the mind fresh, you know? It gives you the ability to think, okay, you know, I understand not only the deck I play, but then it lets me go through and see other interactions. You see other choke points in the matchup you're playing. So, what did he do? He sent the Nervall like we have been doing for the last 4.5 hours. The Nervall is going to search the Karis here. We saw him at the Barrel Canary. He's got full combo. Yep, there it is. There's the Karis. So, Jetski, that's a good question. If you're in the mirror match and they make a good first turn board, what is the one card you need to have in your hand? The card you need to have in your hand is Forbidden Droplet. And what you do is this. So you open Droplet, right? You need to make sure that you have enough in your hand after you resolve Droplet to guarantee that you can make Nightingale. You make Nightingale. You swing directly. You then make Zeus. You wipe the board. They have next to nothing left over, right? Every time we've done the full combo, how many cards do we have in hand? If you guys been keeping track, it's 2. It's at most 2 cards still in hand. Now, he has screwed up the combo. He's doing the Simorg play a little differently. He's summoning Simorg the unofficial way. So, we're still going to get hit with the Apex Avian. He's also got the Barrel Canary, but I think he banished a lot of stuff. Yeah. He doesn't have the Wagtail. So, we need to pray right now that we open Droplet. If we open Droplet, we can still play. We've got 1 card to draw, then we got Pot of Desires. I may just shotgun the Pot of Desires immediately and see if we can get that Droplet. If we can bait the negates early, we can play. That's the key part to this equation right now. Is if we can bait the negates early, we can play the game. We're in good shape. We've got the best cards in the hand for starting our combo, but he's gone the Ensemble Blue play. We're in trouble. He's gone Ensemble Blue. He's only got 2 material. Now he's got 3. So, what does this end on? his board right now is going to end on Ensemble Blue, Draco, and he's going to summon the Apex Avian. I'd be surprised if he summons the Wind Barrier statue, but he might. We're going to find out. He summons the Wind Barrier statue. Okay. All right. So, how do we play through this? We shotgun the Pot of Desires. He's got no response to it. Boom. Shotgun Pot of Desires. He's got no response. All right, you guys wanted to see some sweet play, right? All right, here we go. Gonna summon the Turquoise Warbler. Warbler effect. We're gonna trigger the effect to summon a card. At this moment in time, he is going to have to respond. He has to respond. If he doesn't, he's a fool. Actually, it's probably better if he doesn't respond, because we're just gonna get hit with Droplet. I think he realized it. Nope, Ensemble Blue's gonna come out. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We do not care about the Apex Avian at this point. So, we're gonna chain Droplet. Oh, he's quitting. He's DCing. No. Now, because we're in the mirror match, we do not care about the Wind Barrier statues, so we do not have to discard for that. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna Droplet here. We're gonna send the Apex Avian. We're gonna send the DD Crow. Two monsters. And we're going to hit confirm. We're going to negate the Ensemble Blue and the Draco Future. Why those two? Because he cannot do anything else. He's got the infinite permanence. That's fine. He's going to negate the Turquoise Warbler. What does that do for us? We still have the Sapphire Swallow. We're going to make Nightingale right now. All right? We're going to make Nightingale. We're going to make Zeus. We're going to Zeus his board. And then we're going to make our own Ensemble Blue. So we're going to have Zeus in one hand. We're going to have Ensemble Blue in the other. There's nothing he can do there. So, here we go. He thinks he can activate something. He can't. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You're burning a material. He's burning a material. He doesn't realize that it's been negated. Its attack has been halved. Sapphire Swallow is going to trigger. It's going to summon itself and the other Sapphire Swallow. So, guys, how do you want to play this now? We actually don't even have to go Nightingale. We don't want to. Gonna go Ensemble Blue here. That doesn't work, pal. That doesn't work. He doesn't know. He does not know. Yep. Yeah. Sucks, right? So, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Recite Starling. We're gonna go Recite Starling effect. And we're going to summon the Recite Starling. Now, why are we going to summon the Recite Starling? We want to search the Nerval. We have not normal summoned yet. We can keep the normal summon and still clear the barrier statue. So that's how we're going to do this. We're going to go Recite Starling right now. He's going to try to Ensemble Blue here, I think, again, because I think he's clueless. I don't think he realizes what he's got going on. Nope, he wised up. He realized he doesn't have it. So, gonna detach. Even if he stops this right here, we still have the Barrel Canary play. So, what do we do? Nerval. Nerval to hand. What do we still have in deck? Awesome. We still have a Tri-Brigade monster deck. We lost the Karis, but we can still get to a Tri-Brigade monster. So, we're going to normal summon Nerval. So, going to DD Crow this. Pal, we don't care. You're burning your cards. You are burning your cards, dude. That doesn't do anything to us. We've got full combo. So, now what? We already spoke about this. We go Assembled Nightingale. We prioritize Zeus. Now, when we go to use Zeus, we want to use Nerval. Why do we want to? We want to make sure that we detach the Nerval. Why? So that we can search the Fractal for our turn for next turn. Because again, we're going to end on Zeus, and we're going to end on a... I can't talk for a second here. We're going to end on Zeus, and we're going to end on Ensemble Blue. He's not going to be able to play through this with one card in hand, guys. That's all he's gonna have. One card in hand. He's gonna have the ensemble. He's actually gonna be able to add another card back to hand, but he's not gonna be able to play through our ensemble and the Zeus. That's the reality. Plus the fractal we're gonna have in hand. We're gonna be living. So we can't attack anymore. We're not gonna use the effect of Nightingale. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to main phase 2. Oh. Uh-oh. We didn't clear this. Uh-oh. We should have nerve-alled. Well, we're fine. Why are we fine? I'll explain. So we've got the assembled Nightingale. It's not how that works. So what's going to happen is the Recite Starling is going to swing in. He's going to do some damage. I think we're still fine. I totally forgot about the Wind Barrier statue. We weren't playing through Apex Avian. We're in trouble, actually. What we should have done differently is we should have cleared the Wind Barrier statue. We screwed up. I screwed up. I got so hype about the droplets. Wind Barrier statue came back to bite me. What I should have done was on the Nerval summon. Nerval should have banished. It should have summoned the Double Dragon Lords. Double Dragon Lords should have swung over this. I didn't think it through. I played it cluelessly. Damn. We're going to get hit with Shurag right here. So, he's going to banish 4. He's going to send Appaloosa, actually. That's fine. We're going to Nightingale effect here. He shouldn't chain to this. And he does. Yeah. It's late. So we're going to activate Nerval here. Now, what does this do for us? Not a whole lot. Get a Nerval. She's going to negate. That's fine. Every time he negates, the Appaloosa gets weaker and weaker. And we lose. Alright. Well, I top deck like a god, only for that to be screwed up because we forgot about the Wind Barrier statue. We didn't discard enough cards. It's fine. We're going to do this one more time. But you see, he built the Unbreakable board. We almost had enough to break it. It takes a lot to break it. Then we almost simultaneously built our own Unbreakable board. That's the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, is build a board, tell your opponent, do what you can to break this. If you can't, I win. Now, we were so close. We screwed up. But if you look in the Discord chat, right, guys? If you look at the Discord chat and you start looking, people are wising up. They're seeing the combo. The combo version of this deck is way better than just the pure Tri-Brigade. Now, our opponent told us to go first this game. Our hand is nuts. We've already got the droplet in case something happens. So we're going to start by activating Bird Call. This is going to be met with Ash Blossom. We know he's got it. It went to the Hourglass immediately. You see the red light up? That means he's got something. He's got the Max C, actually. Alright. We don't have to do anything. What we're going to do is we're going to add the Sapphire Swallow for next turn. We're going to activate the Pot of Desires. And then we're going to set the Forbidden Droplet. He's going to play with 5 cards in hand, and we're going to play with the Forbidden Droplet. We're going to play with 2 Forbidden Droplets, actually. Alright. So we're going to set the 1 Forbidden Droplet. We're going to keep the other. We're going to set the 1 Sapphire Swallow. And we're going to pass. Now, he's got 4 cards in hand. What do you think he's doing with those? We don't know what he's playing yet. We know that he was dumb enough to shotgun the Max C. So he threw away the best card in the game. Only ever chain the Max C if you are in a position where you know it's an outright win, or if you know there's a guaranteed summon. What he is about to do right here is foolish. He's activating this. We're going to chain to negate. We're going to droplet. We're going to send the monster on the... Send the monster from our hand. We're going to send the Sparrow. Sorry, the Swallow. We're going to negate this. It's going to have the attack. He's not going to be able to activate this. Sure. He's playing Mech Knights. This is a go second deck. That's why he chose for us to go first. He's setting a card. He has to do that in order to summon a Mech Knight from his hand. There's no way around it. It's activating World Legacy Memories. He's going to summon the Purple Nightfall from the deck in defense. Sorry, from his hand in defense, actually. He's going to banish, add a card. We do not lose here. He's going to summon the Mech Knight Blue. Mech Knight Blue is going to search him one Mech Knight monster. Now, probably saying to yourself, what happens now? You're going to search a Mech Knight monster. It's going to be the Indigo Eclipse, like we see here. Now, he can't summon anything. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to link these two off and then summon the Indigo Eclipse. He's going to link them into the Morning Star. Morning Star is linked to left and right down arrows. You can discard on link summon, discard a Mech Knight monster or World Legacy card, add one World Legacy card from your deck. He's going to discard the World Legacy Gauntlet. Or World Armor, sorry. He can't do anything with this card right now. But what he is doing is adding World Legacy Secession. It is a Monster Reborn. Here comes the Indigo. He's going to activate the World Legacy Succession. He's going to target one of these cards. He's going to target the blue. He can't use the effect of blue again because it is a hard once per turn, but he's going to summon it. He's going to try to do some damage. He's likely going to summon Avermax. Avermax is a Mech Knight card. It's a really strong card. We have a hard time dealing with it, except for the fact that we open Forbidden Droplet. Going to go Battle Phase. Going to swing for a lot of damage here. We're going to take about 4,000 damage. Not the end of the world. We're fine. We're in cruise control. He's got one card in hand. We win next turn, assuming that that set card is not an infinite impermanence. If that set card is an infinite impermanence, we're in a little bit of trouble. Excuse me. Sorry. Now, here's the real catch. I think it's World Legacy Secrets. We saw a couple hours ago when we played against this deck. World Legacy Secrets is a really good card. If a monster's effect is activated in the same column as a monster that's level 5 or higher, negate the effect activation. Indigo Eclipse can move itself left to right, kind of endlessly, to negate monster effects. So, what do? We're going to do this. We're going to go activate Turquoise Warbler. Special summon it from the hand. Then chain the droplets. Turquoise Warbler effect on field. Going to special summon one from the graveyard. What's going to happen? He's going to activate the Indigo Eclipse. And then he's going to activate the trap card. We're going to chain droplets here, sending the Cobalt Sparrow. Why the Cobalt Sparrow? Because then we can summon it back with the Turquoise Warbler. Because it does not target. So we're going to negate this. Yep, there it is. There's the World Legacy Secrets. Command Discord doesn't work yet. I'm going to get that set up later, but I also can just share the Discord link with you guys. So give me 1 second. I will share the Discord link. There you go. So, what do? Targeting the Indigo. We're going to negate this. He can't activate the effect. Warbler's going to summon the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow's going to then add a level 1 Winged Beast monster from deck to hand. We misplayed. Oh, I negated this. Oh, I screwed up. It's alright. We're fine. So, what do we have? We can still do the Recite Starling. We can also go Zeus. So, we're going to summon. Activate the effect of Recite Starling. Detach the Cobalt Sparrow. What do we do here? Well, Sapphire Swallow. We're going to make Utopic Draco Future. We've been doing it all night. We're going to continue to do it. It is one of the best cards in this extra deck. So, boom. Boom. Now, summon the Recite Starling. We're going to search the Nerval now. And we're going to Shurag. We're going to Shurag to get rid of this, and we're going to clear the board. It's going to be crazy. Nope. Now, Draco will deal with anything during his next turn. It's pretty crazy. Our priority 1 right now. And if we go back to the log, right? What did he add off of the World Armor? I'm going to scroll back up. Off the World Armor, he added World Legacy Memory. Special summons a Mech Knight from your deck or hand in defense, but return it during the end phase. Okay, that's fine. Normal summon Nerval. We're going to banish 3 cards. So, I said earlier, right? You want to prioritize banning your Tri-Brigades. There's going to be hands where you don't have Tri-Brigades to banish. In which case, you want to make sure you always have at least unique cards in your base. Like, you notice here, like, if we go back to my graveyard, right? We've got Sapphire Swallow. We've got Turquoise Warbler. We've got Cobalt Sparrow. Reason being, we can do a lot with those next turn. So on summon, we do not want to use the effect of Doom Eagle. We don't have to. But we're just gonna leave it there. So what do? Well, got the Nerval. Still have a full graveyard. We're gonna take this, and I think we're actually gonna summon the Fergie. No, we don't. Summon the Shurag. Clean and safe play. He's not going to be able to out it next turn. So, summon the Shurag. A lot of things are going on now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go Chainlink 1, Nerval. Actually, yeah, Chainlink 1, Nerval. We're going to go Chainlink 2, Shurag. We're going to chain block for the Nerval. I don't think he has Effect Veiler. We have not seen it yet this game. Now, there's 2 priorities we need to do here. Okay? The priority 1 is dealing with two priorities here. We get more advantage if we banish the Mech Knight. So we're going to banish the Mech Knight. We do not care about leaving the World Armor on the field. That is fine. And then we're going to want to add the Fractal to hand for next turn. So, priority 1, we're going to go battle phase. We want to clear the blue sky, and we want to clear the indigo. So, Shurag, swing over the indigo. The World Armor can stay. It doesn't do anything. It's not a threat. Now, what is a threat, though, is the fact that he's going to get back a Purple Nightfall next turn. That kind of sucks. But it's not the end of the world. And I'll show you why. So, what we're going to do, we're going to go... Let's see. Summon Zeus over this. I think that's the right play. We're going to summon Zeus. So, we're going to go down to the Magician. Over the Utopic Draco feature. Always saying to yourself again, why? Why are we doing this? Because the board wipe is a huge threat to him. He doesn't realize it. If there's no cards on field, he cannot use his Mech Knights. That's the most critical part of this whole thing. Is his Mech Knight strategy, if there's no cards on field, he can't play. And we do not want him being able to use World Legacy Secrets. So, we're going to hit him with Zeus. It does not matter what we detach here. We're going to detach 2 monsters. Zeus is going to trigger. It's going to send everything. The Shurag will now trigger. The Shurag is going to give us full combo again. Best part about this? He's still Apex Avian. So, Karis now. Karis and the Fractal. We have a full combo for Apex Avian. We're going to go Karis effect, summon the Simorg. Simorg in the end phase will summon the Apex Avian. Banish the Recite Starling. We're going to banish the Fractal. Boom, boom, boom. So, not only do we have pressure with the board wipe, but we also have pressure with the Simorg and the Apex Avian. He's got 2 cards in hand. We have an Omni Negate, a board wipe. Man's in trouble. So, ignore the Zeus, Simorg effect, summon out the Apex Avian. On top of that, if he cannot clear the Fractal, the Karis, he's in trouble. Because next turn, we'll just go Karis, summon out the Shurag again. There's genuinely nothing he can do here right now to out this because he needs to be able to have 2 cards in the column in order to summon a monster. And the moment that monster summons and it triggers its effect, it's going to get Apex Avian. So Nightfall is going to come out. Nightfall is going to try to trigger, banishing itself. It's going to get met with the negate from the Apex Avian. We don't care about the rest of the board. Just going to get Zeused. It's going to get hit with Zeus. It's going to suck. He's going to be upset in about 10 seconds. So, activating Purple Nightfall. What do we say to Purple Nightfall? Boom. No, this deck isn't screwed. Not by any means. So, Purple Nightfall is destroyed now. He's in real trouble. I'm going slow so you guys understand this. I could be playing this way faster, too. Understand that as well. So, there's a lot of time off my clock. Probably more than he has off his. I'm playing this rather slow so you guys can understand this. Like I'm talking you through all the plays. I'm explaining to you as well what he's thinking about doing because I know what he's playing. I understand the general concept of what he's playing, which is critical to playing in this format. You need to know what your opponents are doing at all times. So I think the best bet you can do right now is just watch somebody play this. If you're getting back into this game and you don't have a grasp of the TCG or the OCG game, watch somebody play this. Come watch my stream for the rest of this week. I'll show you how to play different decks. I'll show you what those decks do. I'll talk you through everything. Tomorrow night, we're going to be playing Sky Striker. So, now, he's got an infinite impermanence here on the Zeus. Sure. Because he can't clear it. There's no card in his extra deck that says he can clear that. And even if he can, we have the Simorg. He's going to have to prioritize clearing the Zeus right here. If he can't clear the Zeus, then he can't win. So, what do we know he has? We know he has the World Legacy Memory. What does that do? It'll summon a Mech Knight from the deck. Scroll all the way up here in the log. This is a really unintuitive way to do the log cutoff. So, special summon a Mech Knight monster from your hand or deck in defense, but return during the end phase. The rest of the turn after you summon this, you cannot summon monsters except for Mech Knights. He's foregoing that entirely. He's going to summon the Ecclesia and use the effect. What does this do? Nothing. He's going to summon the Ecclesia. He's going to trigger the effect. He can now not special summon monsters from the extra deck. Alright? So he's locked out of that, and he's going to add a Dogmatica card from the deck to the hand. He's going to add Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis is a pretty good card. So, Fleur-de-Lis, if you or your opponent controls an extra deck monster, just period. If there's an extra deck monster in the field, special summon the card from your hand. Simultaneously to that effect, if you have a Dogmatica card on the field, Dogmatica Ecclesia, for instance, you can also negate a monster on the field non-targeting. So he's going to summon, and he's also going to negate a card on the field. What do I think he's going to negate? I think he's going to negate the Simorg. I do. I think he's going to negate the Simorg, and that's fine. Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis can boost itself up, attack power-wise, by 500 for any time a Dogmatica monster declares an attack. So, once per turn, this is going to go up to 3,000 permanently. This is going to go up to 2,000 when either this declares attack. We're going to lose Simorg here, and we're going to lose Karis. The good news is that we still have a Zeus with 3 materials that he cannot deal with. Alright? So, and we're also going to get another material on the Zeus because he destroys a monster by battle. Because he doesn't read. He doesn't read. He could have played this so differently. He could have... Actually, we're not going to get the material because the Zeus is negated. I forgot about that. But next turn, we're golden. So, if he didn't hit us with the Imperm, it would have been even better. What he's going to do is going to clear the Karis. What do we have left in the deck? We have Tri-Brigades left in the deck, believe it or not. We have birds left in the deck. We have a lot left in the deck. We still have the Zeus that's live. Our hand is cracked. The Apex Avian is dead now. Effectively, it's dead in our hand. We don't care so much about the Apex Avian. It's not the win all now, but here's what we're going to do. He's going to set a card. It's probably going to be infinite permanence. That's fine. Oh, actually, it's the World Legacy card. So, simple play here. What are we going to do? We're just going to shotgun the Zeus. Can't do anything. We've got the Ash. We're going to swing. Shotgun the Zeus. Effect. You have to chain that. Whatever he summons off the Zeus here, I mean, off the World Legacy memory, is just going to get sent to the graveyard anyway. It's not going to have the ability to trigger its effect. And he does not realize that. He doesn't realize that. We're going to keep the Ash Blossom, and we're going to swing for 3,000. It puts all the pressure on him. All the pressure. Yep, summon the Purple Nightfall. It can't trigger at the same time because the Zeus is resolving the chain. Goodbye. You played yourself. So what do? We switch the Zeus to attack. We're in the total driver's seat now. We're just going to swing for 3,000. Main phase 2. Nothing happens. End phase. Pass turn. We can't use the Zeus anymore, but we have the Ash as the insurance policy. The Zeus is 3,000 attack. It gets over everything in his deck inherently. It's bigger. It's better. He can't summon anything because he can't even set a card to summon something. So the only way he could beat us right now is if he has one of these. But it doesn't matter because we have the Ash Blossom. There's no way he can beat us. He's got to set a monster. And we keep the Ash Blossom for another turn. What happens? We top deck Max C. This is crazy. There's genuinely no way he can beat us now. Because even if he can start summoning special summoning monsters, we're just going to keep drawing cards. We're going to have the advantage. We still have the Ash Blossom. Our card advantage is crazy. He's setting Ash Blossom. He's in desperation mode. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to extend it or anything. You just have to sit here and keep attacking. This man is being farmed. If this was Duel Links, we are farming this man. And he scoops. See, that's what this deck does. This deck builds an incredible board, right? We built a good board. He couldn't play through it. You saw it? He did what he could, but he left us with a lot still in the field. Then the following turn, we dismantled his board. Yeah, we didn't end on the best play, right? But what happened? It put him in a controllable game position, right? We were in total control after that happened. He couldn't do anything. He tried to do something. He tried. Everyone saw. It wasn't enough. The Zeus is still on field. The Zeus is endless pressure. So long as the Zeus is 2 material, it can detach. It is endless pressure, and you're in the driver's seat. All we had to do is keep swinging. Keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. Absolutely, I am going to enlarge the deck list. I'm also going to put an Imgur copy of it in the chat as well for those who want to see it before I hop off as well. So here is the link for the deck list once again. So there's the link for you guys if you just want to open it. You don't want to screenshot it from this. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to blow this up. So this is the deck list we played with tonight, guys. Use this as a prototype for how you build the deck. If you want to make changes, be my guest. I think this is the optimal way to play. There were a lot of times tonight where we did not. Yes, I will be saving the stream for video on demand. I understand if you guys missed most of it. If not, I will be on tomorrow night as well. Feel free to leave me a follow as well. This way you guys can watch whenever I do more of these tutorial streams. There's a lot of good decks out there that I know you guys want to understand how to play for the most part because the game is complicated. This is also a weird format. It is not the TCG. It is also not really the OCG. So there's a lot to learn. I'm also learning it along the way, but I have got a pretty good understanding of where this is going. So take this list, guys. If I could tweak this, yes. So I will. So part 1 was uploaded. Part 2 specifically says part 2. So when I end this stream, you should see part 2 in the videos on demand. All right, guys. All right. So have a great night, guys. But take this and build this deck based on this list. If there's anything you're going to take out of this list and swap, it's going to be this. It's going to be the Ash Blossom. The Ash Blossom is the flex card in this list. You need the Droplet. You need the Max C. The Ash Blossom could be a Nibiru. But the Nibiru is also really bad versus the control decks. So think about that. Ash is very versatile. So that's all I have to say for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, I'm HRmander. You can message me on Discord. I put the Discord chat link in the stream earlier. Feel free to message me if you've got questions. I'll be on tomorrow night. You can also PM me here on Discord. On Twitch. All right, guys. Have a great night.